What's going on, guys? Just wanted to bring you some of our new stuff we have at HOSSTILE.com. I'm going to take you to the website real quick. We'll get you there. This is the Sacrifice Long Body. Came out yesterday or the day before. And we have 3 colorways for it. If you click shop now, it'll take you there. You have the black and gray. You have the black Miami Vice, blue, and the white and gray, which I love. White makes you look bigger, by the way. So pick that one up. And then if you go to Brandwear Tees and scroll down to one of our staple shirts, is our original shirt, which is the OG Sacrifice Classic. We have these new colorways. They have the espresso and they also have the military green. So that's launching for this week. We have some cool stuff coming next week as well. Every week for the next little while, we're going to have some awesome stuff coming out at HOSSTILE.com. So make sure you get there. Use code RBP at checkout to save some money. Thanks, guys.
Hey.
Hey.
What are you eating?
Kid snacks.
Veggie pie. That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, they're not really that good. There's just something in there I grab before I come on here. I'm always eating because I'm like, oh, I'll have a snack before and then eat a meal after the show. What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm starving. I'm starving, to be honest with you. I think I'm going to smoke this fucking cigar because I'm hungry.
Oh, nice, dude. Get a little buzz gum?
Yeah, I started trying to focus on my physique and my health at the same time.
Cigar will help.
And it's required less eating. So
I saw you training pretty hard the other day, doing legs.
Yeah, I've been going at it. But look at this motherfucking dildo. No, I've been feeling good. You know, it's funny. I was hey, Mike, what's up?
It's Dill.
Mike.
Thank you.
Sorry, dildo. How are you? I saw that clip. I know where you got that from. I saw that clip. The guy at the guy at like the
drive in the store. He's like, I'm looking for my brother.
Yeah.
Last name Doe.
No, what was I saying, Seth? So I was doing the carnivore thing for a bit, like more ketovore, like no carbs, whatever.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe the difference in my training as soon as I started eating carbs. Like everything feels better. And not to mention I was on 0 test and my test levels were like under 200 for a long time.
Why would you do such a thing?
Because honestly, I felt fine. Like I felt fine. Like the doctor would ask me, like I get my blood work done. The doctor would be like, hey man, like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I feel fine.
Are you okay? He's like, are you going to be all right? Do you cry a lot?
At 2,200.
No, but honest to God, I was feeling good. And I didn't realize, you know, it's amazing what normal can become if you let it sit long enough. So as soon as I started eating carbs again and I started doing TRT or, you know, TRT plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been fucking training hard again. I feel great. But
I like what I'm doing. Like right now I have like a CC test. Hey, Ian.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Ian.
Just talking about
lights guy.
You said, hey, Ian, my dog thinks there's someone in the house then.
It's like a fucking alien abduction's about to happen.
Oh, yeah, look at those lights, eh? Holy fuck.
So wait, sorry, guys. I don't want to miss what Seth was saying. So Seth, you said you're doing a CCA test.
Like every 4 to 5 days.
So is that not that it matter? I guess it doesn't really matter the compound, but how much? Like, is it 200 or 250?
200, yeah, 200. And then like every 4 to 5 days, depending on like just how my days fall, like with work and everything. So it's typically been like the 5th day, but
is anyone else sketching the case?
Mike, your thing is like
flipping out.
Yeah, it's flipping. Are you doing something at home or is your Wi-Fi slower than normal? Anyway, while you figure that out, or you
know what's happening.
He's downloading porn on LimeWire.
He's downloading porn.
LimeWire.
Yeah.
On Napster.
20 years ago, yeah. No, so
fine. It feels fine now. Is it fine now? Is it fine now?
Hey, the champ is here.
Yo.
What's going on, John? How are you?
Is this You guys want it this way, right?
Yeah, you're good. We were just talking about Seth is back on a full cycle.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm implying that I feel phenomenal at 215 pounds on every 5 days, and then like 3 to 5 IUs of growth. 3 right now, but 5 whenever I was.
Whenever you feel like it.
The program, the plus program. It's the plus program.
So wait a minute, you're only taking, but this is, it's not really an only. So you're taking 200 milligrams of test and 5 IUs of GH a day.
No, like 3.
I'm gonna go with the higher number because you're a bodybuilder. So I'm just gonna assume.
No, like I had to tone down. Like my weight's coming down because I do want to take 5 because it's fun.
Yeah.
But I noticed that like my weight will just climb right back up if I do more than that. And I don't want my weight real high right now.
Why are you trying to make it to 212 or something?
No, that's dude.
Yeah, I don't believe you at all. You know that, right?
Sure.
I don't believe you at all.
Sure. Yeah.
So
no, I gotta get. Well, I need to get some more life insurance money.
He's got to get that policy up before
Yes, you need policy re-updated, dude. Need more. So weight's got to come down. I want to creep down into the 207, 208 range.
Before we get away from this was posted today, I think. These are your fucking legs from when? From like this is like yesterday or today or recently?
Yeah, a couple days ago.
Dude, this looks like you're still like world class on stage legs.
Yeah.
No, that's an illusion. It's the natural lighting.
Well, wait a minute.
We saw you in person in
yeah, it is bullshit. But I do want to ask you something because I know when like the last time I got in shape, people were like, "Oh, he could fucking win a show," and I'm like, "There's no fucking chance," because I knew how much smaller I was. So I'm actually curious in your mind because I want to know what you think. Are your legs similar to when you were competing, or is it more Instagram showing like massive roundness?
I think that there are some things that are better than I was in the past, like the conditioning, the deep separation. Like, I mean, my hamstrings, but I don't have that same roundness. It's not there. I mean, I think that if I went full bore for a minute, they would, but then there's other body parts that just aren't up to par. They're not.
Right.
That's the part that
is it an
age thing.
I was going to say, is it an age thing or is it a matter of you focusing on them hard for like a year?
No, I think it's an age thing.
It sucks, when you have to like actually admit, if you're not like John and you can just keep getting better even when you're 40.
Well, that's what I mean. Dude.
Most of us have to admit that we're just like not going to get better anymore. But John,
I had that happen at 32, bro.
Yeah. So John, I apologize to you on the last podcast, but I'm going to apologize to you publicly now while you're here. When you decided to skip Detroit and you told me it's because you wanted to get bigger, I was like, this motherfucker's 40 years old. He's not going to get bigger. He should just do Detroit. And then you fucking do Tampa, and you're how much heavier were you?
7 pounds.
That's fucking, and you were better.
It wasn't like one of those guys say I'm 7 pounds heavier, and then you're like, yeah, sure you were, motherfucker, because they look the same or they're like shape.
Or
like,
they're softer, yeah.
You look 7 pounds bigger, and like your conditioning was comparable. Like it was an actual like good change in composition in muscularity.
I thought your conditioning was better at this show.
I thought your conditioning looked good.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
So go ahead.
I've been just head down and having fun, training hard, and busting my ass. That's it.
So John, is this still rebound from? I know it's been a while, but like I know you were injured for a little while. So is this still your body like getting back to who you were before the injury?
I think so, and that's kind of where like all that confidence was coming from. Like I knew where I had been, like before the injury. So I was like, man, I still don't feel like I look like I used to, even though I had competed and I was close to it, but I still knew I had more to give. So I was like, I think I can still get bigger. And then the amount of food that we were eating to get in shape was like nothing. I was eating nothing. I was starving myself to get into shape. So I knew if I just gave myself a little more time that I can probably put on some more muscle, and it worked out.
How much, like, where were your calories at during this prep, right? Like, was he feeding you really hard through the off season and kept feeding you that level through your prep? Or did he cut it off and drastically come down at some point?
Yeah, it sucked, dude.
Why you won?
You don't know this. It's like I was doing 100 grams of sweet potato, which is like 2 bites.
Yeah.
And 300 grams of protein per meal, 5 grams of olive oil per meal.
5 grams of olive oil is like, might as well not even have it. It's like, yeah, it's like, it's nothing. Wow, how long were you eating that for? Like, how long were you on that shit for?
The last 6 weeks.
Really? See, but that's what it takes, though. You know, I want to ask you this because I feel like this is like a second part to your career.
Mm.
So the first part of your career, you always had the muscle, but the conditioning was always not perfect.
Yeah.
Did you suffer like this in those early years, or you just did not know that you had to go that far?
No, I did. I suffered worse, man.
Really?
I remember working with Palumbo, and he was like, you got to go keto. So I went 16 weeks keto, dude, like no carbs at all. And like 3 hours of cardio.
Yeah, but you could have been eating a ton of fat. Like, have your calories ever been this low?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
I think it's a combination of like muscle maturity, like my body just, and then I think maybe more of it was like I was just probably pushing too hard when I was that young. I probably could have got away with eating more and doing less cardio. You know what I mean? I think that my body would have responded.
It slowed you
better.
down. Yeah. Yeah.
But instead, I was working so far the other way that my body was just like, fuck you, you're not losing any more fat after a point.
Is one of the factors of you getting extremely peeled the fact that you're taking way more GH? I'm just
That's
why Seth's so peeled.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm starting to notice a pattern here. That's the one thing I'm not taking.
Diet means nothing. It's all
no. Actually, I'm still running only 4 to 6 IUs. It's not much.
Yeah. Well, I don't think a lot of guys, like most of us have experimented with high numbers, low numbers. And I honestly found in my lowest calories, 6 to 8 was the max. Most of my off seasons were 4.
Yeah.
See, for this Olympia, I want to push it like 8 to 10. And Patrick's like, why? You don't need that much.
I agree with Patrick because I feel like after 8, it just like made me sleep more.
It didn't do anything for me the higher I went. I had this exact same conversation with Patrick, actually. I remember before one Olympia, I was like, all right, like I come 7th that first time, and I'm like, I want to crack that fucking top 5. Let's like go run certain things. And he wasn't really game for it, but he's like, okay, we can go like up to, you know, a little, like, go from 6 to 8. And I think I did, maybe even went to 9. And it definitely didn't make me look any better, for sure, you know. Yeah. Well, I look in 2020, I think was actually the better of the two Olympia looks between the two.
I just feel like I'm doing myself a disservice, like running 6 IUs when I know all those guys are doing so much more.
Yeah, but there's also, but you can also think of it this way, John. Like some guys run 1,500 milligrams a test, and other guys run 1,000, and they get the same results. So like there is I feel like there's I mean, everybody's body is different. So you can't say like, oh, this guy took 1,000, so that guy should take 1,000. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I think with each person, there is a point of diminishing returns.
Yeah.
Well, no matter what the drug, whether it's GH, test, fucking insulin, like there's a point where your body just can't do anymore.
Yeah, I agree with that. For me, Ian and I have had private conversations, but I've never really like pushed hard.
Yeah.
On that side of stuff. And it's like, now I'm kind of like wanting to get after it because I know some of those guys are doing it.
Yeah. I mean, if there's anything you're going to push, might as well just be the GH. I mean, like in terms of like, would I say go from your trend to double it and run fucking 700 milligrams, 800 milligrams, something? No. But if you're going to run, 8, 9, 10 units of GH, like I think your risk level's probably the lowest of most of the compounds that we use as bodybuilders. So, I mean, if you want to try it, I wouldn't say as a pro bodybuilder that's, kind of having a resurgence of his career. If it's going to make you feel good and take what ifs out of your brain, fucking give her. But I mean, from my personal experience, and like Fouad said too, I didn't find it made any noticeable difference other than to my wallet,
I think we should all do.
The two things that I would feel comfortable at this stage of my career and my life, honestly, would be test. Yeah, I've only done 1,000.
Yeah,
and then BH. Those are kind of like the ones that are safer.
Safer.
Safer. I definitely wouldn't push trend. That shit is not good for you.
John, what's your background? Are you Dominican?
I'm Dominican, yeah.
What is it with you fucking guys? You're like fucking 40 years old. You're still
They got, like,
fucking
they got,
look
like,
really good.
football arms. They're massive.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Him and fucking Victor.
And Victor, yeah, they
Yeah,
got look
what
like they
the
have
fuck?
footballs in their fucking biceps.
Still look like you're 25 and shit. The fuck?
I feel I want my arms bigger, man.
You know what? Listen, you know what I think you should do? Keep the GH low, add Anadrol.
No.
What do you think? It's a good one. It's a good
What do
solution,
you
right?
think?
I mean, that's another one that I
Think of
haven't
that, huh?
done.
What do you think? I think it's a good idea.
Mike's having a hard time with this fucking Wi-Fi or something.
Yeah, I
I
think
know.
Mike's having a fucking rough one. I think we're gonna lose him tonight. He's gonna give up at some point and say fuck it.
What's going on, guys? I want to pause the podcast for a minute just to bring you guys our sponsor, which is Merrick Health. But they're not only my sponsor, they are definitely the ones that help me keep my health right. And one of the things that sometimes gets lost in the podcast, we joke around a lot about health and drugs and all these different things, but I need to stress to you how important it is to actually see the people at Merrick Health to get your blood work, but not only to get your blood work, but also to optimize your hormones. So look, I'm not going to take a long time. We'll get back to the podcast. But trust me, get to merrickhealth.com/RBP. Don't worry about using my code if you don't want to. It doesn't matter. Just get to Merrick Health. Get somebody to look at your blood work. Get somebody to look at the drugs you're using and your hormones and make sure that you're doing things properly, because these things can lead to symptoms and issues down the road. Things that I didn't know about, things that doctors never told me about, and things that I'm dealing with now that I didn't have to deal with had I had the information. So please get to merrickhealth.com. A lot of the jokes are all fun and games, but you do have to take these things seriously because bodybuilding is a risky world and it's important for you guys to make sure you're getting checked. merrickhealth.com is the people to go see.
So how are you guys? Everyone here? Everyone good?
Yeah.
Well, I was just telling Seth that I'm working on getting back in shape. Finally, I got away from the carnivore stuff. I've been eating carbs, taking a little bit of test again, so I'm feeling good. Yeah, it feels good. You know what's fucking crazy?
Dude, that bike you posted, by the way, I'm so sorry. That's a beautiful bike. That's
my bike. Here, I'm going to show everybody just because
one of his 3 bikes.
I'm like Ian with my, have you seen my deadlift?
Oh, there's John.
Hey, there's John.
Yeah.
Where did you go?
It re-updated.
You disappeared. Okay, we'll come back to you in a minute. Why is it telling me to sign in? Fuck off. Yeah, that's my boy. That's my baby.
That thing's pretty, man. Oh,
that's my second bike, but really it's my first because I bought it after a week of having a smaller, shittier bike. But I've modified the fuck out of this. If I showed you
what do you think of the bars? Do you like them?
Yeah, I do, because it's just different. Like,
are they uncomfortable as fuck, or is it not that bad?
No, they're not uncomfortable at all. I know people think that, but you're
actually where is it? Is it here or is it like up?
No, I'm right like this.
That'd be me.
It seems like they're up here.
Well, no, it looks like that right now. Sorry, let me just show you one more thing. The back end of this has air ride, so it's slammed right now to the floor. But normally this would be up like 2 or 3 inches. But no, it's about eye level. My hands are about a little bit maybe above eye level.
I like that. Yeah.
I just wanted a different look. I like that like chopper bobber style like look, right? So I had the normal handlebars on there. I'm like, it's kind of shit.
Have you been driving your sport bike at all?
Every day. Just the sport bike's at the shop because I'm getting it all carbon fibered out.
Yeah.
They're taking all because it's green and black, and I don't love the green, so I'm like, take off all the green and put on all the carbon fiber.
Just like straight carbon fiber look.
There's going to be a little bit. I think the tank is going to be green, and then the rest of it's going to be carbon fiber and black.
What color green is it? Dark green?
It's like Kawasaki green. Here, let me. I think I don't know if I posted that one. Here, I think I can find a quick photo of it.
It's pretty bright.
It's a sport touring bike. It's not like it's not a 100% sport bike, but I'm glad I bought it because I had like a real itch. I had a real itch to fucking feel what a sport bike was like. I'm glad I got it now. So what is like, okay, this one's got bag. This is like the closest to it.
Oh boy.
So this is green. All this shit's green. So I had it all changed.
And you're all in on this shit now, aren't you? You are all in. You crazy bastard.
Seth, I was just telling you because we were talking about getting in shape. So I have tried, and Ian might have a little bit of, I don't know, Seth, if you have any thought on this. I know you might have a little bit. Ian, I think, has some too. Since I retired, I have looked into many hobbies because I'm like, something's got to replace bodybuilding, whether it was fucking jujitsu, whether it was like, oh, I'm going to run a marathon, shit that lasted like 6 months. But buying a motorcycle was the fucking only thing that like really stuck. Like, I love it. It's like,
Yeah.
that and bodybuilding are like my two favorite things on earth. So, but anyway, going back to what you were saying, John, because I've been trying to ignore being a bodybuilder for 4 years, I forgot how awesome it was. Yeah. And in the last 2 years, the last 2 weeks, I've been eating carbs again, taking a little bit of test, and I feel phenomenal, just like bodybuilding again.
Nice. Good, man.
I know I'm never going to compete again. I know I'm never going to be jacked or nothing, but just like, just the regimen of eating 4 or 5 meals a day, it all feels good to do it again.
Good, man.
So anyway,
I'd kill to take some fucking test right now, you know?
Yeah, once you pop out a kid, you'll be good to go.
Yeah.
What's going on with that? Are you shooting blanks or what?
I think I'm getting good. My balls are getting real fucking pumped now.
You know, can I say something about that? Can I say something about that? My wife said something to me about that the other day. I was getting out of the shower and she goes, I didn't realize the testicle thing was true. And I go, what are you talking about? And she goes, your nuts are so much bigger now. I'm like,
bigger now. Yeah. For sure.
I'm like, why would it not be true? You take tests, your balls don't do nothing. They shrink. That's
anyway, the droop to them is way more significant, you know? Like they're probably a good like 1.5 to 2 inches lower than they were.
Yeah, there's some weight to them. Like you feel them hanging there.
Like I feel like I can swing. You know when you're like a kid and you do like the swinging back and forth, it's slap, slap, slap.
Yeah,
I feel like I could get some good slapping going on now.
Yeah, I couldn't do that for like 20 years.
Either, for sure.
Yeah,
they were like, there was nothing up there. There's, you know,
you can slap the shaft, but the balls are just stuck.
Yeah, you're just slapping the shaft. But no, like because it was coming up slow when I still had a bit of test in, the TRT in, but it was so slow, man. It was going to take me fucking 15 years to get it like to a good level, you know?
Yeah.
So I just said, fuck it and just cut the HRT completely, which is like, I guess, been about 2.5 months, 3 months now. I noticed a pretty dramatic change. Like even when I was doing it before, I could tell, like, I knew it wasn't like the best indicator, but it's still a good one. And, you know, I'm taking all this HCG and HMG and shit. And I'm like, my balls still feel like they're fucking raisins. You know what I mean? Like they're still so dead. I could tell, you know? And then when I cut the test out within like 2 weeks, they were like, felt completely different, you know? And they've just continued to stay like that, you know? And improve. So it's like, I think you find
yourself kind of playing with them more.
Oh my God, I'm touching them like fucking 20 times a day, like for sure.
I definitely would. Like if I had another 1.5, 2 inch drop, it's hard not to notice and be like, man, like
I'm fondling them.
My wife, I'm sure all guys, I'm almost positive all guys are like this, but my wife sometimes will look over at me in the living room and be like, why is your hand on your nuts? Yeah. Like as if I'm playing with myself or something. I'm like, it's just cradling my nuts. I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah.
But the craziest thing is, like, I can't pinpoint in my head when I began doing this. But now with the son, like, he just grabs it.
Yeah.
He'll just be sitting there on his iPad at nighttime. He has, a certain iPad time. He'll turn it on and just sit there with his hand on his balls. And I'm like, oh my God. This is insane. No one taught him. It's just there.
Yeah. It's funny, Seth. I think I figured.
Well, you probably taught him. He probably saw you do it.
Yeah.
I remember there would be times like I remember distinct in my mind, like after my parents split up and I'd be, just me and my dad on the couch on a Saturday night watching a movie. I'm like 10 years old. And I'm like, we're both sitting on the couch. I look over, my dad's got his hand down his pants. I got my hand down. We're just like chilling there watching fucking Austin Powers, Like,
dude.
Yeah. I think
that's definitely where I got it from. I think there's a natural inclination as guys, but you definitely pick it up from your like male from daddy or male role model or whoever that may be,
Not me, man. I remember, I think Seth just reminded me why I'm a pervert. I think I got in trouble when I was a kid. And I was like, I think because my earliest memory was maybe 2 or 3 years old. And my mom fucking just gave me hell because I was just sitting there playing with my nuts in my underwear.
I used to get in trouble all the time for it.
Yeah.
And then I remember getting in trouble a few times for it. And I think that traumatized me. And that's why I'm a pervert now.
Yeah.
So the moral of the story is let your kid play with his nuts so he doesn't end up being crazy.
It's completely normal.
Right, so this weekend,
what'd you say?
Taylor, Taylor's on the couch laughing and shaking her head.
Listen,
Your wife's like, who the fuck are you talking to?
Is this the new crib, John? You guys moved, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, looks nice.
Are you gonna show us around? Give us a tour. Can you give us a tour? Is it clean? Is it
clean? Hold on.
Is it tidied up?
Oh, look at the mirrors back there. Shit,
like
the
the
fancy
mirrors.
wall.
I'm still doing some of the work to it, but so this is the front door here.
This
And
is
then
great. You're getting a home tour. This is amazing.
What are you putting on the wall there that's taped out? Yeah.
I'm building out a media wall here. That's
Nice.
what that is.
Sick.
So that you walk in. You
Wait
see
a
that.
minute, John. You're building it out?
Yeah.
You know how to do that shit?
Yeah, I love doing woodwork, bro.
Fuck, don't tell my wife that. She's gonna give me hell.
So
Like,
this is my favorite part of the house. This is goes out to the patio, and you can see the water there.
Oh, you got like a sunroom there with a. Oh,
Yeah.
you're on the lake. Fucking
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
When's the party at your house?
Dude, whenever you guys want to come over.
Me and Ian are gonna ride our motorcycles.
So
down
this is you can see the living room, the kitchen, and then the master bedroom there. You can see we're still in.
Yeah, nice. They all connect into there. That's nice.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. So can you see that? You can see the lake from the master then.
Yeah.
That's
I wake
awesome.
up to that. It's awesome. It's really nice.
Let me ask you though. This is a key question.
Yeah.
Did you give your wife the side that's closer to the lake, or did you take it?
No, she's close to the lake because I want to be by the door. God forbid anyone.
See, every man listening to this,
100%.
take note, because if it was me, I'd be sleeping next to the lake and have my wife next to the door.
I always
No, I'm just joking. No, but seriously, yeah. See, that's a good man. He's like, here.
There's
honey,
two
Honestly,
other bedrooms back there. I don't know if you guys want to go through.
what did you say, Ian?
I said you always got to sleep closer to the door.
I don't think a lot of guys know that. I don't think people think like that. I really don't.
Always, when we go to restaurants, I have my eyes to the door, my back towards. I always have my eyes with who's coming in to the house. I get away.
But wait a minute, I'm gonna be fully transparent here. I don't do that at restaurants.
I don't
and
do
shit.
that.
Are you that paranoid, or you just had a lot of trouble in your life?
Just on alert.
You're just on alert.
Yeah,
You're just safe.
that's the way I was brought up. Honestly, I don't let Tay walk on if we're walking on the street. She doesn't walk on the street side.
That I do. Yeah, that I do. Yeah.
I still open her doors when we get into a car.
Okay, wait. I got to ask you about that one. Every time you get in the car,
babe.
Taylor, does he open your door every time you get in the car?
Come here, babe.
Every single time.
Come on, stop, John. Stop making us all. You know what? I got to cut all this part out so my wife can't see it.
I think Melissa can hear this, so I'm gonna have to.
Step it up.
No, it's just the way that I am.
I open all doors like going into buildings and shit. Like if we're going in somewhere, I always grab the door in front of her. But I don't open her car door anymore. But you just got married like last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it like 10 years.
Doesn't count still. Still doesn't count.
You guys have a side of the bed that like you and your like partner never switch. Like I always sleep on the left side of the bed. Like if you're facing it, side.
Yeah.
And since we've been together, I've always slept on that side, which is always the side closest to the door. But we've never switched sides ever in 12 years.
You know what's funny? I just realized at hotels, I always sleep on the right side of the bed, and that's always closer to the door.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I did it. I don't know if I subconsciously did that, or it's just because I sleep on the right side of the bed.
I can't even remember the last time I slept on the other. Even at a hotel by myself, I sleep on the left side of the bed.
Yeah, I do that now too by myself. I sleep on the fucking same as if my wife is sleeping there.
I only sleep on the same side. Yeah.
I tried sleeping in the middle one time. It felt fucked up.
Fucking weird. Yeah.
Horrible sleep. Throws you off.
I might have my head on the left side and then angle my body across the bed. But always like my head's on the left side. If that's where I start, you know.
So John, we have to come back in 10 years and see if we're still opening her car door. That's the most important one.
Yeah.
Because the car door is annoying. You got to go over there and then you got to wait for her to get in, and you got to go all the way back around.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not too much work for someone you care about, right? It's not.
Oh, don't say that. We're just laying it on thick. Like this. If your wife wasn't sitting in the fucking room, this might be a different conversation. Seth, are you a door opener?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Every time. Car door.
For the car door, no. I mean, for us, our life is Hannah and I, we spend we spend not nearly enough time together. So like, but whenever we do go out together, like if we're going to do anything, yeah, I open the door for her. Yeah.
You
But, like,
open, wait, let me come. I just need to correct, like, I need to really be specific.
Car door. The car door. motherfucker.
So if like, but dude,
I'm trying to save I'm trying to save myself over here, Ian. Fuck off.
Mike, by the way.
if we go out to dinner together, or if we go out to dinner together, because she's usually in the car before me if we're going somewhere as a family, because she's packing all the fucking kids up and getting them all in there. But if we're going out to dinner together, yeah, I still open her car door. I make sure that I do everything I can to make her feel special, because it's fun.
Wait, I got to ask you something though. Is that because that's a date night?
Well, I mean, yeah, I've always treated it that way. Anytime, like, Ken and I don't get a whole lot of time together.
Yeah, because you have kids, right? So you have
So like whenever we do it, like I still pretend that it's my first time and I'm gonna get my dick sucked and it's gonna be awesome. Like, that's like in my head.
Can I ask you?
It will never not be in my head. Like on a date night, I'm like, yeah, dude, like
okay, but Seth, if you open the door for her and you pay for dinner and then you don't get a blowjob, are you getting in a fight?
Fuck yeah.
Oh, that's great.
You're like, fuck you, man. I opened your door. I paid for dinner.
Yeah, I did everything I was supposed to do.
That's fucking hilarious. So me and Ian are the only ones then who aren't opening car doors all the time.
Dave,
but me and Ian have been with our wives the longest.
if I start opening your car door every day, will you give me blowjobs every day?
This is once every 8 weeks, dude.
Yeah, he's getting a blowjob once every 2. That's already
no. Don't start that rumor. That woman.
You see, now you're stuck because you're like, do you say something really dirty about your wife, or do you just leave it alone?
So here's the thing. This is the thing about relationships that make it, because it's you're supposed to have fun in your relationships. You know what I mean? Especially whenever you find your life partner, you're supposed to like open up, because everybody that's like, oh, my partner won't do this and that. I'm like, I mean, Hannah does everything for me. I get treated like a fucking thing.
Again. You're only a few years in.
This is his cope. This is what you call cope. You know?
Almost 8, yeah.
So the reasoning why I've always
wait a minute. It's not coping. It's kind of true. Like if you took a poll of 100 men.
Yes, the ability to maintain that over time would severely diminish for sure.
The ability for a relationship, whether it's the man or the woman, the ability to remain like lustful or whatever the fuck you want, or experimental or whatever you want to call it, is going to fade for most couples.
Yeah.
After 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Like it's not gonna be the same way 15 years later as it is the first 5 years. There's no fucking way. I don't know anybody who has that.
Yeah, that's when you end up like, being 40 years old and having like some other dude bang your wife and you're watching. That's when people get like real bored.
Weird stuff.
Yeah.
How did you go from?
That's when you start to cut stuff. Like when you're 30 years in, you're like, sex is so boring. Like, let's bring someone else into this.
This motherfucker went from I get my dick sucked once a month to he's watching other guys fuck his wife. Holy shit, Ian. That's fucking way past what I was talking about. Okay, on to more serious things. John.
Yes.
So your win was incredible.
Thank you.
And you're riding high, and you're going to the fucking Olympia. How many times have you been to the Olympia now?
6.
This is your 6th appearance. That's fucking awesome in itself.
Yeah.
It really is. Because like when I talk about my career, I have to say I qualified 4 times.
Yeah.
It's like my own way to make myself feel better.
Yeah.
Like it's got to be nice to be able to say I went to the Olympia 6 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so the reason I'm bringing this up is everything's great, but you told me you're getting some like backlash from winning.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate. I don't want to harp on it too much. It really like
we don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. I just thought we should bring it to light.
I don't mind. It's really sad. This is just me being me, I guess. I'm sure people have different outlooks on it, but like, so I started getting messages almost immediately after stepping off stage. I didn't have my phone on me. I was taking pictures with family, whatever. I run back to the house and it's like ding, 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 ding. I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to go on Instagram right now. Start answering fans. I'm getting ready, showering, and I'm sitting at dinner, and I just had a moment. This again, just me. I had a moment. I'm sitting there and I'm like really just taking it all in, and being grateful and, you know, and then the phone starts going off like crazy again. So I look, and, you know, there's a few people just kind of saying some off the wall stuff. So I responded really quickly, like, hey, like, this is not right. Like, just cool it. Like, I'm sorry that things didn't go the way you wanted them to go.
Can you give us like a really, I don't tell me exactly what was said, but just like briefly, like what a synopsis of like.
It was more like, it like escalated because this person was, they were insinuating that I had something to do with paying off judges and
okay, somebody retarded. Okay,
politics and all this other shit. And I was like, dude, like, I'm sorry, you're wrong. Like, I had nothing to do with it. Like, I'm sorry. I was more apologetic than anything. And then they started saying things about my wife, and I was like, listen, you don't stop. I'm going to post your image, your screen on my story so everyone can see what you're saying. And I'm going to make the story now. So I did it, and he immediately deleted his Instagram, and, like, you know, the threat worked. But then what's really sad about it is, you know, in this industry, we have the incredible opportunity to travel the world and meet some really incredible people.
Right.
And a lot of those people, I spent, you know, 2.5 months, 3 months in Kuwait training with, you know, people that were kind enough to open their homes to me, cook for me, you know, just show me nothing but love and support me. And this turned into this, like, hatred towards a group of people that really is just sad.
I'm assuming people were insinuating in the messages that you hated Arabs or you hated.
No, not me. Not me at all. It's just seeing how ugly it turned so quickly.
Right.
Friends that are, you know, of different religious beliefs. And it's like, you know, that is specifically why I never mentioned a name, a race, a religion. That is specifically why I did that.
Right.
But immediately people were like, oh, well, it's got to be those people. And then they started, like, using, and it's just like, it's really fucking sad because I didn't want anything to come of it for the person to stop.
Wait a minute. I get what you're saying now. So you posted something that I'm assuming a Middle Eastern person was attacking you, threatening your wife. And so the people that were defending you were now going in on him racially.
Well, they don't know who it is because they never said a name or screen name or anything. It's a group of,
they just assumed that it was.
Yeah. And it's like, dude, I don't it got blown way out of proportion. So I understand it happened to Derek when he beat Hadi, and it happened to Flex when he beat Hadi in Japan or wherever that was. But, like, I don't know. I'm not that kind of dude. Like, I'm not trying to start trouble, and I definitely don't want, like, all this hatred being spewed. Like, it's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah. I got lit up after the New York Pro that we did together in 2022 when I won that New York.
Yeah. It's really
but I think you got lit up in a different way, Ian.
Yeah, I mean, it was not racially motivated.
I don't think this is racially. So this is what I see from my perspective, and whether, you know, people agree with me or not, I don't know. But I feel like people from other parts of the world, and I'm not just talking about the Middle East, because I think I see a lot of Brazilian fans that are very passionate.
Yeah.
So I feel like when it comes to Brazilian fans or Middle Eastern fans, I'm sure there's others, but, like, some fans more so from outside North America, maybe because this means more to them, maybe because that's just the way they do it. Maybe that's how they are in soccer, so that translates to bodybuilding. I don't know, but, like, I just feel like there are some groups of people that are extremely passionate.
Yeah.
And I think they just want to get a rise out of you. So they're like, yeah, you paid off the judges. It's like, it fucking sucks, to be honest, because you just want to take your win and enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, I'm sitting there at dinner trying to, like, enjoy it, and this person saying some really, like, nasty shit about what they're gonna do to my wife, and I was like, no, you've crossed the line. Like, this is not okay.
Yeah. But it's not real. It's not real. It's not real.
Yeah. No, it's not
they're
real.
Getting a rise out of you. It's not real. I mean, whenever you look at these types of comments from it and how passionate people are, it's because you're literally touchable. And I think that when it comes to Brazilian, everything with Dino, everything with Hadi, I think those guys are legitimate celebrities in their countries.
Yeah.
And it's similar to soccer, like how passionate and wild those fans become with it. So, I mean, it's not real. Like, it's just, it comes with the territory in our sport.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like anytime that I'd hear something crazy like that, I'd be like, oh, I'd get, for a second, I'd be like, you motherfucker. And I'm like, you're not real.
But you know what's crazy, Seth, is you're right about what you're saying, but I think it's also, and I don't know if, I'm assuming most of the people that watch this podcast don't act that way, even though I have seen some comments that are fucked, but
yeah, they're having fun though. They're fucking with you to piss you off, to get under your skin.
There's a difference though. There's a difference between, hey, Fouad, you're a cunt and a shit bodybuilder, versus I'm gonna kill your wife in your sleep or something. You know what I mean? Like there's a line that like I think people have forgotten about on social media sometimes. Sometimes I read the comments and I'm like, man, I don't think you realize how angry you're coming across about how somebody did an exercise or how somebody did at a show, or how like people get really, really intense about it. And I'm like,
I was totally fine, like with people saying that I shouldn't have won and he's a better bodybuilder and blah blah blah. I'm cool.
That's sports. You can't do anything about that.
Yeah, but the moment you start attacking my wife, I was like, nah, bro, like you've crossed the line. Yeah, this is not okay.
Right.
And so I made a few stories about it. I talked more about like how stupid it was that they were assuming that it was a political thing. I was like, what did they get to? How did they gain anything from getting me to the Olympia? I'm going to sell 20 more tickets for them. Like, the fuck, it doesn't really matter.
Right.
I made it more about that on purpose. I just kind of brushed over the death threats and the things that he was saying, because I wanted him to know that I was going to post his socials if he continued. And again, as soon as I posted it, he deleted everything. He was off the socials.
Right.
So it worked. But unfortunately, people took that and like ran with it. And now it's become like, if you go on, I can't stand that website because it's a clickbait thing and they put my face on it. And it's like, they're just like people going back and forth and just completely being disrespectful towards one another. And it's sad to see. It's like,
I think, I don't know how to put it. I was going to say, I think most like bodybuilding, like real bodybuilding fans maybe don't get involved in that, but maybe that's wishful thinking. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's unfortunate is it's gaslit because it gets a lot of views.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it is unfortunate because what John's saying is John's a swell guy opening the door every day for his wife.
Right. Right.
And like, you want to do a good job, but then we all know that if I go and call John a complete cunt to his face here and say he sucks or say something ridiculous, bro, people will clip it. And then it'll just be a thing for literally a split second and get 100,000 views in 24 hours. And boom, story for that time period. And then
it's gone.
Later, nobody's going to remember it.
Right.
It's because that's the world we live in. And it's like,
but I think
have fun, do a good job, do cool shit, and eat anadross.
I think that the teachable moment though, because we're not going to get people to change like being cunts. There's always going to be cunts.
Yeah.
I think the teachable moment is actually what you're talking about, John, is like me and Ian have discussed this at length on the podcast. Like, if you're mad at the judging, get mad at the judges. Yeah. It's not the fucking athlete.
We don't judge the fucking.
You can't. Listen, I've been in the sport for 25 years. I've never once heard of an athlete paying a judge for a placing. Like it's not even fucking right. And I'm not trying to pretend that politics have never existed. I think early on in my career, I saw some calls where I was like, I don't know about that one. That one's kind of weird. That one's coincidental, blah, 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 blah. But something happened in like 2010 or maybe a little earlier. And if you look at the judging from like 2010 forward, there are very few calls that aren't explainable. You know what I mean? Even at the Olympia level, like you see Sean Roden beating Phil and you see, the next year Brandon wins and the next year Rami wins. And it's like, that's not how it was before. Before you would get one winner, even if he was close to losing, he probably wouldn't lose. Yeah. And that's what built the whole like, oh, there's politics and there's money in it. But now if you look at a lot of the shows, there's not really look, do I think I don't want to like lie to the audience. Do I think that if a bodybuilder has been around for 10 years or 15 years or 20 years, he's probably going to get a better look or a first look from a judge? Yes. most likely, but that's just human nature. It's because Jon's been around he's been bodybuilding for 15 fucking years. People know who he is. Judges are going to look at him. Oh, how does Jon look this time? Oh, is he better than last time? Blah, 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 blah. But that's, to me, I don't know, maybe I'm naive, but to me, that's as kind of far as the politics goes. Iain, Seth, I don't know if you guys have a different take on it.
No, I agree. I think that, like you said, people will get a look because they've been around. It's part of this. It's part of the sport. You know what I mean? It's a difficult sport to judge because when you go up there, look at the difference between Jon and Mo this weekend.
Right.
Like, I mean, we're talking. It was not a win by a mile. I think Jon edged Mo out. I think it was a big conditioning factor there. I think that's what it was. But I think, does that mean that Mo can't beat Jon, or Jon can't, be 2 or 3 places ahead of Mo in the future? That's kind of the great part about our sport, because, dude, what happens if, I mean, it could be on that day, on that given day, that's what you bring to the stage. It's catching lightning in a bottle. That's what makes this so exciting. That's what makes it fun. That's what makes it like whenever we get to watch a cool show like this it was like, dude, look at that lineup. That lineup has veterans. It has some young guys. It got Jordan in there. Like, dude, this is supposed to be the fun of it.
The nice thing too is that Tyler will likely do a breakdown and explain exactly why they had.
He did it already.
Yeah. So I mean, like, there's openness to their decision-making process here. And I mean, look, I watched the show. I wrote on my Instagram after prejudging, I thought Jon won the show. This isn't like, it's like, how did he win? It's confusing. Like, we watch bodybuilding all the time. And I watched the show and I said, I think Jon's going to win. It's not like no one thought this and then all, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then it just happened.
It seemed like a very clear thing to me. Look, I thought Mo looked great. I thought everyone in the lineup looked pretty good. I mean, Jordan was massively improved. Vlad's been good this season. But like, just completeness head to toe, especially in the back shots. Mo has a lot of work to do in his back shots. I think he's excellent in the front. Do I think that he held his own with you in a front lat or a front double? Sure. Do I think that you beat him in a lot of shots? Yes. So, I mean, it isn't like something that's like, how did this happen? I mean, it's completely explainable. And I'm sure Tyler put that into very clear explanation in his video,
But the other thing, just before I go through more of these photos, I'm sure you got some shit, Jon, but usually when there's a consensus that somebody didn't win or shouldn't have won, you see it all over all the boards. Like all the different, and I haven't seen that. I haven't seen like a whole bunch of pages saying somebody else should have won. So you probably got obviously somebody's rabid fans, but the bodybuilding world in general is not saying that.
Yeah,
so,
I think I saw Derek more than I did anything of him being like, yeah, Jon won. I was there.
Yeah.
Like, I think I saw 2 or 3 videos of that.
Derek,
dude.
Why are these all sideways? Can you guys, hey, Bodybuilding of the Borders, if you're watching this, can you not post sideways videos?
Stop it.
Because I can't give your channel any love if I can't look at the photos. Who was second place? Mo. So let's take a look at Mo. So I think, and Iain, I'll let you break it down, but I just think Mo's glaring weakness is obviously his back.
Yeah.
But everywhere else, like, he's got a really
I
nice
think Jon's overall polish was a little better. I think he had a little more crisp lines, in certain shots. Like, you can see even in the side shots here, just like the separation details with the chest, shoulders, arms. Jon's is definitely better. And in the back shots, he handily beat Mo. I mean, the density, the flow of the shot, the glutes and the hamstrings, I thought was very clear. I didn't think it was like, I mean, and I like I said, I literally wrote on my story that I thought it's close between Mo and Jordan, which I still agree with. I think Jordan beat him in some shots, and I think Mo beat Jordan in a few shots. But I think I had Jon winning the majority of poses. I thought his overall polish was good. His tan was excellent. His posing was good. I didn't see it being like, I think that any of those guys, given a little changes, are comparable and in their level could beat each other. But I thought on this day that Jon was definitely, to me, the very definite winner in the show.
I think if Mo,
I mean, even in the shot, like, you can see in the side, like, just how his abs kind of look a little more washed out in the side pose.
Yeah. Skin's a little thicker everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a level of polish that Jon had that
Right.
Jordan and Mo both didn't quite have, you know?
Right.
You balance that with Jon's very complete. Like, he doesn't really have any weak shots. It's very good front to back, side to back, you know? His conditioning was good. His fullness and pop and peak was really good. And he was the best of that group in the back shots. Like, this isn't like a how did this happen scenario to me at all, you know?
John, what do you think is your best shot? What do you think is your worst shot?
You know, it's funny. I used to think my rear double was my weakest shot, up until this year. But I worked really hard at trying to bring it up, and now I think it's one of my better shots.
Yeah.
I agree.
We agree.
I think that's like one of your top 2 or 3 best shots. Your back
shot. Well, your side chest is pretty great.
Your side chest is your best
yeah,
shot.
I was going to say
what do you think your weakest shot is?
My front lat spread.
Yeah.
Which is like, do I think Mo beat you in a front lat spread? Yes. Do I think you beat him in the side shots and back shots and some of the other front shots? Yes. So I mean, like, yeah, did you beat him on every single pose? No, but we're taking the entire physique. You know what I mean?
Tyler had it. I won every other shot besides front lat, front double.
I can see that.
I completely agree with that. Yeah.
So who was third place? I think
Jordan. I just wanted. First of all, Mo's an incredible competitor, and I'm sorry he got wrapped up in this stuff too. But I think he's going to have a bright future. The kid is young.
How old is he?
I don't know. I think he's like 28 or 29 years old.
Does it make you feel really old when you say he's going to have a bright future?
But, you know, it makes me feel really old when they come up to me backstage. I'm like, you guys got to stop fucking doing this. They're like, man, you're a legend. It's such an honor to compete with you. I'm like, just stop.
I got,
and I'm still gonna whoop your young ass. You know.
Can I tell you, it makes you feel even older? I was at an expo, and this girl came up to get my autograph, and I'm like, yeah, sweet, this fucking girl's coming to get my autograph, and she's like, my dad's your biggest fan. I was like, fuck.
Your dad's gonna freak out when he sees I got a picture.
I was like, motherfucker.
All right then, sweetheart.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Wait till just give it another few years and be like, my grandpa's your biggest fan.
I know. I'm like, motherfucker.
I want to shout out Jordan too. Jordan Hutchinson, what a nice kid. I mean,
he's awesome. Yeah, I love
him. Such a good kid. We had some great conversation and a great physique as well. Yeah. I mean, this is why I love bodybuilding, man. Like I really, of course, we all want to compete, but I love, like, I mean, me and Ian through the years have become great friends. Like, I love Ian, like, you know, all you guys.
You don't gotta throw us in after just because.
No,
you and Ian.
I remember one, but you're in there too.
Fouad, you know I message you every now and again.
I'm joking.
No, I know. It's really sad because I think, you know, behind the scenes, like, I really care about the guys that I've made friends with, you know, and there's opportunities for that to happen. And with what's happened this past weekend, I feel like it creates a divide instead of bringing us together. You know what I mean?
I don't think that's 100% true for the guys with a certain level of maturity. Like, yeah. I don't feel like Mo is gonna be affected by this at all.
Oh no!
As far as his friendship with you, like, you're good. You guys are going to be totally fine.
Yeah, we've talked about it already, and you know, he was like, oh, "I'm sorry, man." I'm like, "It had nothing to do with you," you know.
Yeah.
But
I think that
just the sport in general, like, it offers so much to us, and like the stupidity sometimes that gets in between it. It's just sad, you know. It's like, fuck, you know. I don't think any of us get on stage like having thoughts of like, I got to beat this guy because he's from this part of the world. I don't care.
I've thought that before.
Have you?
I've only thought that about Fouad because he's Arab.
I thought that about Ian. I'm like, I gotta beat this full white motherfucker.
And beat me, you did.
Yeah. No. You know what I was gonna say? I think bodybuilders think they're special. If you look at any other sport, this is exactly how it is. If you look at the way someone treats LeBron James because they're a fan of somebody else. Okay, like, how can I say it? Like, look at, like, I'm dating myself here, but look at like two quarterbacks, like take Tom Brady and Peyton Manning.
Okay.
Peyton Manning fans are like, fuck Tom Brady, he's a piece of shit. Tom Brady fans are like, fuck Peyton Manning, he's got a 6 head. but they probably get along fine.
Yeah.
So it's like this in every sport is what I'm trying to say. Like the fans of the person are fighting for them, but the people themselves are probably fine.
Yes.
Yeah,
They probably respect each other and they're okay, right?
Yeah.
So
I just feel like the sport is so much smaller, that
we feel it more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that. I mean, like you said, like Seth said, sorry, we're very touchable because we're online and we're talking to them all day long and we're always checking our socials and stuff. So yeah, we feel it more, but I don't think it's really different than another sport or like a musician. Like,
imagine the shit that those guys get.
That's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, so I don't know. Let's take a look at. So you said Jordan was third. Let's take a look at Jordan.
Ian's gone now too.
What the fuck? We lost.
Losing everybody.
We got a new bro chat. It's me, Seth, and John.
Nice.
The kid looks really good, man. He's young too. It's cool to see young dudes doing well too, man.
Yeah, I like seeing him compete. Is this his second show this year? Second, right?
Second.
Yeah, he did Chicago.
Oh no, wait, what is this? Why does he have Texas? Oh, this is last year. This is last year at Texas.
Oh yeah.
Tampa, and then he's going to do Texas, I think, right? In 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Or next week?
Yep.
I think for him, it's just going to be one of those maturity things where he just continues to get harder, a little drier. It's just going to take, because he still needs to put on a little bit of size overall, especially in the arms, but I think he's going to have a bright future.
Yeah.
Great guy.
The only thing I worry about, and I'm not trying to be negative in any way, is I want him to be mindful of his stomach. Yeah. Because I think as all of this develops, the midsection will develop as well if he's not mindful of it.
I think that's something that if you look there, a lot of these younger guys coming up, I think that there is a massive opportunity for these guys. Massive.
In what way?
Well, I mean, look at what was I saying the other day? So with Nathan Epler, with him coming on the scene like that and placing where he did, what did he take? He took fourth. Yeah. I think that a lot of these younger guys that have this, they have an opportunity to make a name for themselves as the sport grows. Because if you have someone like him in that placing, that means that we're not going after the mass monsters. It's being said, don't be a mass monster.
Right.
So that's being stated where you can be 225 to 240 pounds. Like, look at Martin. He's paving.
Oh, I mean, Seth, just look at our Mr. Olympia. He's not the biggest. It's not the biggest guy on stage.
No. But what I'm saying is, like, if with Jordan, it's like, hey, like you said, be mindful. I think that if these guys do not pay attention to that and get caught up even for a year, they're gonna fuck themselves.
Right.
Like Jordan knows that he needs to get bigger, but like you said, like, dude, you better keep that waist in check. Like, don't do dumb shit because it's gonna be really hard to come back from. And I think Jordan has a big
is your hair hanging over your head? You got that much hair already?
Yeah. It's fake, John.
No, it's not.
Well, it's not fake. It's a transplant.
Dude, that looks fucking good.
100% real.
John's like, I am jealous.
John sounds like John sounds like Paul right now. He's like,
look at my shit. It's terrible. What the fuck?
Yeah, we'll take a trip to Turkey together, John.
John, Paul wants to go to Turkey. Maybe you guys can go together.
They offered to do it, like to sponsor me and do it. I'm just like,
do it.
I haven't done it now.
But John, you've been
do it.
Yeah, but John, you've been bald for like fucking 10 years. I can't imagine you.
I started balding when I was 17 years old.
Imagine you did it and still just kept a shaved head, but like had that good fucking tight full hairline with a shaved head. That would look sick.
Yeah, I know, bro.
You don't even have to grow.
Yeah, but he can. Yeah, but he can.
I want that hair. I want that.
Yeah.
No,
I
want that. I want that hair.
He's like, he's texting the turkey guys tonight, being like, I want Ian's hair.
We have a rule here. Ian's not allowed to cut his hair for 1 year.
Yeah,
the top.
Yeah, I mean, like, look at this.
Wow. Does it fall like
past,
you
run your past my eye? So like,
wait, I want him to ask the question he's about to ask. Go ahead.
Like when do you see hair fall out at all, or it's just
no, none?
Imagine you went your hair done and then your fingers,
Fuck,
like hair was coming up.
I would be scared to touch it.
I would
No,
be
man,
too.
that hair is more permanent than the rest of my hair.
Yeah, that's true. It's probably stronger, eh?
I'll probably this hair that's there now I'll die with. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Because it's coming from the side, like the follicles are way more DHT resistant. So even if I was to blast gear again, I'd lose like all this and then keep this and this, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go too. Maybe John's talking me into it. Paul, between John and Paul, now I'm like, maybe I should.
We
I
should
might-
do
I might
it,
be
bro.
going- I might-
The only
I might
thing
go
is,
November.
I grow like pubes on my head. I grow a fucking afro.
Yeah, but you just keep it shaved, looks sick. I might be going in November. My mom's husband, I think, is going to go to Now Hair Time in November, so I might go down with him. Yeah.
Can you buy hair, or do you have to use your own hair?
I think you generally use your own hair, but I'm sure you could. I don't know. That's weird. Like to change the texture.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
I
can take
want,
it off.
I want like Brad Pitt and like Legends of the Fall.
Asian hair.
Yeah. I want like wispy,
straight
wispy.
black hair. Yeah. You'd like grow it like. But you can use it. You could use like your body hair.
No,
Dude,
then
I have
it's gonna
so
be
much
all.
body
Then
hair.
it's gonna
It's
be
horrible.
like it's gonna be wrinkled and shit. No, I want like I want straight black hair.
I mean, look at the front. I got this like nice, sexy wave in here. You know,
I can't believe how thick it looks, bro. It's
Oh, man,
fucking wild.
it feels crazy how thick it is. It's like it's getting so thick. Yeah.
I love
No,
how
the
much.
thing is, like, Ian was training with us, and he would always wear a hat, and I barely ever saw him without that hat on. But the times that I did, he would be, he would show me that he was, was thinning.
Yeah.
Fuck, that looks so different.
Yeah.
Shit, good for you, bro.
Thank you.
John is genuinely excited.
He's
about
so,
it.
he's so happy for her
Fucking
hair.
bummed. This is awesome.
All right,
Because I
back
know
to-
you must feel like $1 million, right? You probably fucking feel great with your hair.
do you
it's
feel
so-
like $1 million, or do you give a fuck?
Me?
Yeah. Do you look at in the mirror and go, I feel like $1 million?
When I go to like I went to a wedding last week, and when I can like go to the wedding and I like styled my hair and like gelled it and combed it up and shit, and like I had a fresh fade, I'm like, fuck, this looks good. Like when I'm wearing a suit with like a nice hairline, fucking slick back. It's like, like
I'm telling you, that hat was attached to him everywhere he went, every time he was training at the gym, right?
That's the
And
denial.
I'll be honest, I still train in a hat, but like throughout my normal day, I don't wear a hat ever. Yeah.
That's the denial hat. That's
Yeah.
everybody's worn that hat
Yeah.
at some point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I stopped doing
Um,
that.
I mean, Hunter was getting killed in some comments. They're like, "Yep, there's the hat. There's the hat."
Oh, yeah.
Hat.
Hunter with the hat. Yeah.
Hunter with the hat.
Well, look, I mean, what the fuck? He's on stage wearing this fucking thing.
Always. But now it's like a trademark. You got to keep rocking it.
Now he has to, yeah. All right, let's go to Lewis Breed. Who was fourth? Sorry, who was fourth? Did I miss that?
Vlad.
Vlad was fourth.
Vlad was. I don't have any pictures of Vlad here, so we're gonna skip
Well,
over
there, right
Vlad.
there's video, but
Where?
go down.
These are all sideways.
Oh, okay.
There's no video of Vlad.
Well, I'm sure if you go to Vlad's profile, you can get some, but there's pictures there of everyone with medals.
Let's
Yeah.
see if just so we're not being rude. We'll go to Vlad's page. I think this
Hey,
that's
that's
Chicago.
Go to tag.
All
He's a
right,
big boy.
take it easy and fuck. It's just
Hurry up. Hurry up now.
Get back there.
It's right here.
There's a video.
Yeah, I know.
Click the video, please. I mean, Vlad's got a lot of awesome tools for sure. I mean, he's obviously just structurally limited,
Yeah.
I mean, that's his biggest limitation. I mean, he's big as fuck. He's peeled out of his mind.
Yeah.
But his posing this year, like trying to get in that front lat, you can tell he's a little awkward. And just structurally, like long waist, a bit shorter legs, wider waist. But I think he's a great bodybuilder. It's just obviously going to be limited by the structure he has.
I heard people the guy was huge.
Yeah.
But
He's
same thing. Everyone was saying like his shape is a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
he's got a lot of good tools, but this is a very big problem. You can't, and this is what, for people watching, this is what we're talking about when we say structure. It's like this is half of his body right here.
Yeah.
Like when you look up, like this is a smaller piece of his body, and then his legs look a little bit shorter, like Ian said, and then you have the long waist. It's weird. Some guys, if you have enough muscle, like say a Nathan that has a long waist, can get away with it because their waist is a little bit smaller and they have a ton of muscle up here to offset it, and they have a ton of muscle in their legs, so they get that V taper. But if your legs aren't big enough and your lats don't flare enough, then the long waist actually ends up hurting you.
Yeah.
And it's something that, you know, that Vlad knows this himself. He's aware of it. But it doesn't stop him from going after this, because I tell you what, having him in these shows makes it more exciting. Like
Right.
And I think he's done the best. Like, look, if you ain't got the pretty structure, you got to be big as fuck and peeled out of your mind.
Yes.
So it's like, yo, this is what you're born with. There's not much you can do about it, but be the best that you can, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
Dude's he's a definite freak, bro. That guy's
100%. Yeah.
Well,
never seen him in person.
Never mind.
sorry, I just want to, speaking of freaks, number 5 here was one of my picks to kind of pop into the top 5.
yeah, Lewis is a tank, bro.
Lewis is shredded and thick. Again, he got a little bit wider waist, so it's always going to hold him back a bit, but he's got a lot of fucking muscle.
Yeah, he does.
What does his condition look like in person? He looks like he maybe missed his peak a little bit here compared to the pre-show photos I saw.
Yeah, I mean, I tried not to like pay attention to whoever I'm competing with, but from what I saw when we were lined up backstage, like he was blasting full. But every time I see somebody like that full, you can kind of tell they're not on. Yeah. More specifically from behind, I could see that there was more texture.
You can almost tell what you're saying, because like before the show, he just had like a really, really crisp look, and now you can see everything's just totally blown out, full. Yeah. He's still. I like what he's doing, because he's kind of what Seth said. He's kind of like, look, you're not born with the greatest structure on earth, but you fucking got a ton of muscle, and you get shredded, and you walk on stage.
Yeah.
And you make it work for you. So, with that being said,
well, look, we didn't look at Jordan too. We didn't take a look.
Yeah, we looked at Jordan. You were your computer guy.
Got the kid that plays 6. He has a beautiful physique.
Is that Sarhan?
Yeah, man.
I said that to Ian in Chicago. I just think his back shots are what hurts him.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at him again. He's right. Oh, that's a fucking sideways shot. 1 second. There's one down. There's one down. I thought there was one down here of him. 1 second. I thought I saw like a full one of him.
It's all classic.
I think it's
maybe it's not. You're right.
There's a picture there. That's pretty much it.
No, Felix Norman ended up 5th, right?
Oh, that picture there. Yeah, that's Sarhan there.
Oh. What place did Felix end up?
Felix.
That guy there.
Right here is 7th.
7th, okay.
Sarhan. See if we can get a look here. This is Tampa. I love his structure. Love it.
Yeah, beautiful physique, man.
And I love his shots from the front. I think they're fucking beautiful. He needs more thickness kind of in some of the shots, but like he's got a really, really nice structure. It's just, for me, like when you turn to the side, that leg has to have more thickness, top to bottom. And then the tricep needs a little bit more pop. And then from the back, you kind of see it. Like the legs are stripped out.
Yeah.
But they just need a little bit more thickness. And the back inserts in the right spot. It just, when you compare the back and the hamstrings to the arms, shoulders, chest, and quads, you're a little bit left with a disparity there.
It's a great peak, though. This peak is good. He's hard. He's pretty full. I mean, he did the best with what he's got, for sure.
You know what? I really like the lighting in Tampa. I like that it's bright. I like it. It's bright, but in the right places.
Tim puts on a good show, though.
I just have a hard time with backgrounds that are the same color as the tan.
Well, I was just gonna
I
was just gonna say, people know my thoughts on this whole thing. I just feel like this is so busy back here.
Well, and it's the coloring. Like you have oranges and reds and yellows, which are like the color tones in a tan, and it's like it's limited contrast. Like it is a sick background for sure. It looks awesome, but it makes it hard for the athletes to look as good as they can.
Yeah. I mean, this is wild.
Look at his biceps, man. It's fucking
got a great physique.
Yeah.
Oh, that's off the live stream. Okay, so now the moment of truth, Seth. You're about to.
Hey, I
lost again.
What'd you say?
Okay.
Did Ian lose last week?
I went from winning every single one this entire season.
Wait a minute. What the fuck is this? Are you telling me because I fucking turned my computer off?
Oh.
No, it'll be in the last podcast. I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
Here, I'll go.
Yeah, go back and find our can find our picks because I think.
I mean, I have mine because I sent them to you.
I have yours too. Let me see real quick. Here, wait. Let me just plug them in. Seth, go ahead. Tell me your picks.
Let me go up here.
I know you didn't pick. I know you didn't pick Jon to win. So
I had Mo, Jon.
that was really nice of you. Fucking cunt.
I'm gonna start making a bunch of Lebanese fucking racist comments on my next live.
What do you mean? Why? Okay. Foda.
Okay, I got him here if you want to fill him in quick.
Okay, go ahead. Go with Seth. Foda, Jon, who else?
Well, we can't see. Let us see the thing here.
Okay, 1 second. Let me share so I can.
Honey, can you get my next one?
Okay, go.
Start with Seth.
Yeah, Foda, Jon.
Tim, Vlad, Jordan, Lewis.
What? Wait, say who's third?
Tim.
That's it. Jordan.
Vlad.
Jordan.
Lewis.
Okay. Who's next? Me. Who did I have? Jon.
Foda.
Yeah.
Vlad.
Tim.
Lewis.
Jordan.
Tim fucked us this one. Come on, Tim.
Good.
What did Paul have? Oh, Paul. Well, yeah, Paul was here. What did Paul have?
Yeah.
Jon.
Jon, Vlad, Foda, Jordan, Lewis, Tim. He might have won.
I think Paul won.
Yeah.
What did Mike have?
Jon, Foda, Vlad, Jordan, Hutchinson, Tim, Nate Spears.
Mike lost.
And I had Jon, Foda, Vlad, Tim, Jordan, Lewis.
I beat you.
Tim really, he really came off.
No, you didn't beat me because you had Jordan in 6th, bro.
Ah, fucking shit. So Jon 0, Foda 0, Vlad 1. Tim, where was Tim?
I think 8th.
Tim was 8th, I think. Yeah.
Don't make it up. 1 second.
He had I talked to him. He said he had 1,000 grams of carbs the night before or something.
Why the fuck would you do that, Tim?
Trying something new, even though everything else fucking worked.
Tim was 8th, yeah. So
Fuck. 4, Lewis, Jordan. Jordan was what, 2nd or 3rd?
3rd, so 3.
So I got 8.
8, yeah.
Man,
fuck.
That's a big difference from the 20s we were in a couple weeks ago.
Okay, 0. Oh no, that's not a 0. It's a 1. It's a 1. That's a 5. That's a 1. That's a 3.
No, Vlad was 4th.
Oh, okay. So 10.
Then Jordan, he was 3rd, so 2.
Fuck, I tried to cheat.
Yeah.
And
Lewis,
was 1.
There we go. Back to 10. Okay. Paul had Jon. Vlad was 4th, right?
Yeah, 2.
Foda. Jordan.
1.
2.
Jordan was 3rd. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Take it easy. So
get it right.
2, 3, 4, 6.
Whew.
Oh.
I think Paul won.
Just happened there. 0.
Yeah, okay. 6.
Okay. Jon, Foda, Vlad, Jordan, Tim. I don't know where Nate Spear finished.
I got it here. 1 second. 15th.
Oh.
No, that fucked him hard.
It did, man.
14.
He was gonna be there, dude.
Jon, 1, 4, 3, no, 2, 1. Me and you tied, bitch. Fuck.
Son of a... Paul won.
Paul won.
Finally.
Paul won. Tim fucked us, me and Ian.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Son of a bitch.
8th still a solid score. We did pretty good.
What's that?
8 is still a solid score. We did pretty good.
All right. While John is here, we're gonna. Oh, there's not. We don't. Is the Texas? Oh, the Texas list is out. Okay, let's do Texas. Okay.
Yeah.
Share. Let's talk about
Texas
some
in 2 weeks.
next weekend.
This weekend.
We talk about some notables: Lewis Breed, Nathan Epler, Dorian Haywood, Jordan Hutchison, Andrew Jacked, Carlos Philbrick.
Anthony Gel. He's good, remember?
Oh yeah, that's a newer guy, right?
I don't know who that is.
Chang is the short, bubbly Asian guy.
No, that's not Jan.
Are you sure? Which Asian guy is this?
I'm thinking of. Are you talking about the Asian guy from the last show? Because that guy's Jan, Yan.
Who's this guy then?
I'm not sure. Is he in here anywhere? Nathan Epler, Lewis Breed, Anthony Gel, Carlos Philbrick, Big Nathan. Who's Big Nathan Styles? I don't know who Nathan Styles is.
You don't recognize him.
Okay. He's pretty big.
Yeah, he is big.
Thick fucking legs. It's going to be a little tough. He does a good vacuum, pulls a good vacuum.
Oh, this guy this guy did Tampa with John, this Yang guy.
Did he?
Yeah, he was 11th.
Guy gets in good shape.
Yeah.
Go back to that list. Take a look at Anthony Gel.
This guy's good.
Yeah, I remember this guy from earlier in the year. Nice symmetry. I wonder if he's going to be burnt out after all this time, though. He's been dieting for a while.
Yeah, but he had a little bit of a break. It might be good, you know?
Yeah. Nice physique.
Yeah.
I've been dieting November of last year, dude.
What's that? What's that, John?
I've been dieting since November of last year.
Yeah, that's because you're with Patrick Tour. There's no such thing as not dieting with Patrick Tour.
That's true.
I asked John if I could have some I asked Patrick when I worked with him very briefly if I could have some barbecue sauce. He said, "What are you, a pussy?"
Yes, I am.
Yes, I would like some barbecue sauce,
Vagina.
please.
No.
Actually, that's what I wanted to ask you, John. I'm glad I thought of that, or I'm glad you brought that up. Have you enjoyed your victory at all? Like, have you had like a time to like have some food, take your wife out to dinner?
We went out to dinner that night. That was it.
Are you fucking serious?
Back to the grind.
You know how mad that makes me?
Well,
you had one fucking meal. You didn't have the next day off or anything?
Well, I mean, we wanted to, but we had that crazy storm come through.
Yeah.
So we couldn't go out to dinner. We couldn't do anything. So I just.
Did you have Uber Eats?
What did you order, babe? Oh, we had pizza.
Do you make? Wait, we had pizza or Taylor had pizza?
Taylor had most of the pizza.
That's awesome.
22-inch, she said.
What'd she say?
It was a 22-inch pizza.
Oh my God, that's great. Good for you.
Yeah.
You got a girl that can eat.
God. Yeah.
I've conditioned my wife to become an eater.
Really?
Yeah. She started off with a couple slices and now she can do a whole small.
Gosh, yeah.
It's still not a 22-inch pizza, but
they just like snorted like that's nothing for her.
she's got like a fucking she's got an ego about it. She's like, small.
I do a medium for breakfast.
Yeah. Okay. Carlos Philbrick. We'll take a look at Carlos real quick. We just signed him. Actually, he's with HOSSTILE.
Looks good.
Oh, nice.
I still think he's got a nice physique. Still got some more size to put on and stuff.
Yeah.
He's working with Ben Chow. They have a coaching business together, but this is him from the side. He's got a good physique. I think with a little bit more muscle, he could be a good bodybuilder.
Yeah.
So that's Carlos. Who else are we missing? We take a look at Andrew. I don't think Andrew's posted anything new.
Dorian,
I don't think any of us are not going to pick Andrew to win the show. Unfortunately.
No, I know. I just want to give him the respective showing on. This is Nathan's latest update 4 days out.
This is honestly one of my favorite physiques right now, man.
Yes.
Like, I just love the flow of this guy's physique. Like, every bit of it just looks so nice together. He's round and full, and the aesthetics are nice. Like, you know, hit a hand on hip like that and look that good is fucking hard, man. Like not many guys can.
I don't disagree, but you know how I feel. It's like it's one of those things where as beautiful as it is,
It needs to be bigger, 100%.
yeah, it's still it's got to be rounded out. Like he needs to look this round when he's shredded.
Yeah.
Like that's what he needs. Like this thickness he has, if he can get shredded and have this thickness over here, then he'll be fucking dangerous.
Well, I mean, I think that's also we were talking about earlier, taking the time to do it, because if this dude loses his waist, he's fucked.
Yeah, but you know what I mean when I was talking about Jordan, and this is, I don't know if you guys look at things this way, but when I see Nathan Epler, he's got a tiny waist. So I feel like somebody like that could push the food and push the size and get away with it, because even if their waist grows a little bit, it's still on the smaller size.
Yeah.
When I look at somebody like Jordan, it reminds me of myself, someone that's pretty even top to bottom, including the waist. So that means if it all grows evenly, then the waist grows with it, right? So it's like, I feel like that type of person has to be more careful than somebody like a Nate who has like just a tiny fucking waist there anyway. Okay.
I do think that it's still very, very possible for Jordan to do it. I think it's just going to be much more difficult.
Oh yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. That's why I said just be mindful of it, because I wasn't, and I paid the price for it.
Sure.
But your off seasons, were you structured, Fouad, or you just kind of eat whatever like fun?
Well, they weren't Patrick Tour structured. They were like, you can have a couple cheat meals a week. So I usually cheat on like a Wednesday, Saturday kind of thing, and have whatever I wanted those days.
You go in on those cheats though.
No, so they weren't binges, because I was eating so much food in the off season that I didn't.
It's hard to do.
There would be some times in the off season where, like on my day off from training, I wouldn't even I'd eat like 4 or 5 meals that day. But I think it's not necessarily the amount of food I was eating, John. I think my era of bodybuilding, nobody paid attention to their waist.
Yeah.
Like Seth didn't start doing fucking vacuums till after he retired.
Oh.
I got lucky, man. I never cared or took any, I never did anything to keep track of my waist, and it stayed perfect my whole career just by absolute shit luck, you know?
I don't know if it's luck, Ian. When I think of your, obviously some people's genetic. Like if you look at Frank McGrath, Frank says Frank said he never took GH or insulin, so maybe that has something to do with it. But he never got really, really big in the off season. So I don't know if he was ever like a big eater. I know he likes to eat shit food, but I don't know if he eats like a ton of it. But his waist is structurally just fucking tiny.
Yeah.
Your waist is structurally tiny, but you also don't eat a ton of shit food. You don't binge eat.
But the thing is, Ian also didn't let up on the training. Like all the things that could quote unquote say, build your waist. Like Ian trained like that. Like really, really fucking hard too.
Oh, you mean like people say deadlifting should grow your waist? Yeah.
Make your core grow, and
I never concerned myself about anything like that in my life.
But ultimately, what I think about when it comes to waist size, because I know people are like, "Oh, I have the answer. It's the GH, or it's the insulin, or it's the training, or it's the."
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's, for me, I think it's genetic, but you can also be genetically predisposed to it thickening if you don't pay attention to it. If you look at, if sorry to interrupt you, if you look at Luke, and I've said this before on the podcast, Luke's first year, I beat him at the Arnold. His waist was a little blown out. The entire next year, he spent it doing vacuums twice a day, morning and night, and then he took second at the Arnold. And he started pulling vacuums on stage.
Yeah, I think just getting better abdominal control. And I think that is I say it's luck, but I did do certain things. I was always mindful, and it's a habit even sitting now.
You told me that.
I never let my stomach relax ever. No matter what, I could be driving in the car for 8 hours. It's just a subconscious thing. Even sitting now, my waist is tightened in, and that's just how I sit. I never just let it out ever. No matter if it's 300 pounds, it would always be controlled at all times.
Do you think so? I whenever I'm doing my stepper, I will do contractions with my abs the whole time.
I keep it tight the entire time. Yeah.
The whole time.
Dude.
And
I also, when I train, I'm also very mindful of using my core to be tight and stabilize your movements. If whatever I'm doing, even if it's tricep push downs, I'm thinking of really tightening in my obliques and my abs and everything tight as like a strong base. So like I never just like let my stomach out ever, like even just relaxing, you know?
Yeah, but
we've
Seth,
said this, we've all said these things a ton, and I don't know if it sinks into the general community when we're making YouTube videos, because I'm like, motherfuckers, I am so mindful the whole time I'm training. I think that years and years of doing it's why we look the way we do.
I also think it makes a massive difference in just like power generation when you're training. Like that's your base. Like, and if you have that strong and tight, it makes me stronger on every movement I do, 100%, you know?
but I don't think people think that, because when you watch a power lifter lift, they take a big deep breath and they push out their stomach. They brace,
Yes.
but their stomach is coming out. It's not like they don't brace
that's
it
why that's why they're using a belt though, because they're
Right.
using the belt and then they're pushing out to create that pressure against the belt. Where
Right.
I'm creating that pressure without the belt, you know?
Right. But if you watch young people lift, they have that key. They have that cue. They go, and then they like push it down on it.
And I blow it out, but into itself, like like as if you were hitting an abs and thighs, you know?
Yeah.
Like some people don't even know why you're making those noises, like when you're hitting shots like that.
Yeah.
Pushing
You're
and
trying to get
hitting,
all
like,
of it out. Yeah.
blow your air out, but hold it tight. It's
I used to scream when I do my ab and thigh.
yeah.
Really?
Not a scream. It was more like a Have you ever? Hey, I want you to try this, Seth. Listen, just please, you got to try this because you lost, so you got to try this. Actually,
Right.
Mike lost, but you lost. You're the one here that lost. You have to try it. I want you to blow. I want you to blow all your air out, and then try and scream.
It's impossible.
Just shut up and let him do it.
Oh, how, like if I'm
just blow it, go, and then scream.
cramping.
That's the loudest you can scream.
I'm not going to try and scream.
Do it. I want you to try. You can't. You can't do it.
Let's hear your abs and thighs.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not fucking doing it. Fuck off. Anyways, okay. What are you thinking about, Seth?
I don't know. I'm trying to think if I could scream. I mean, if I scream, I'm gonna wake.
You can't. If you blow all of the air out,
no, you couldn't.
You can't scream.
All of it. I'm gonna try it tomorrow morning. I'm gonna do it outside.
No, that's not. No, that's not. That's not.
You still take a little breath in before you do it. Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can't.
Yeah.
John, try it.
Yeah, you can. There's
Just
no.
try it. Just try it. Yeah, just try it. You're not embarrassed.
I'm gonna put myself on a fucking story tomorrow doing it, just so we can get a real effect outside.
Okay.
We'll hear. I'll tag you guys.
All right. Let's go back to bodybuilding.
They was trying to do it over here.
Yeah. Is she really?
Yeah.
When you guys do the top predictions, how far do you go? Like top 8 or is it top 10?
Top 5 usually.
So we usually go 6.
We usually go 5 unless we all have very similar picks. Then we'll add in like a 6 or 7.
Yeah, like last week we did a 6.
That's what it is.
Why does she want to add? She want to add in her picks?
She actually is really good at this. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna find out how good she is. She's got to shave her head if she loses.
That'd be awesome.
Okay. Let me see here. Let me delete some of these. Sorry.
I think it's gonna be Andrew, obviously. I think who was part of between you.
Mike's not here. We'll leave that. Paul's not here. Okay. And we'll put Taylor here.
And John, you need to put John where someone is.
We'll put John here.
That's my boy. Ian's always looking.
Yeah, because I was going to forget.
Yeah.
Ian just has to. You know what's funny? Ian's been doing this so long with me. He knows what I'm going to say before I fucking say it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, who's going first? Seth.
I mean, I'm going with Andrew first.
I mean, we're all picking Andrew. Yeah.
I think we're all picking Andrew. So just go around the horn and do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you delete Mike's picks? It's annoying me that the old picks are still there. My OCD was going fucking crazy looking at those names being.
Okay. Who's second? Seth, who's second place?
And I don't know if you
You
guys.
see the
Oh wait, we have one rule in the game. Once
Yeah.
it's in the box, it can't be
Can't
changed.
go out. Right.
So let's take a look at the list again.
Yeah.
Okay, second. I'm thinking Hutchison.
Man, it's actually crazy. Go just scroll to the right and look at how big all the class lineups are in the show.
Dude, it's a huge show.
No, like in
Oh.
the picture.
What do you mean? Oh, this way, yeah.
Look
Yeah,
at
well,
this.
he does a good
That's
job there, man.
212. That's the 212.
212.
I mean,
Look at this
Texas.
classic.
No.
Wow.
Oh,
That's fucking 40 guys. Look at this men's physique.
wow. It's crazy.
Texas is a good state for bodybuilding, man. Everybody wants to.
Bigger women's physique. I mean, look at that for a women's physique. You don't get 20 women's physique girls. That's crazy.
You know,
Mm.
wild.
What a huge show, man.
Do you think they're gonna keep this size going into the O? Like even
Keep
the
what?
overseas ones, Italy?
Do you think
Like the show-
do you think they're gonna what?
Keep the size, like the size of the shows are gonna keep increasing, like, or at least
No.
stay a little steady higher. No?
No.
In what way? What do you mean? Like the size, like the number of
Like
people?
this size of lineups. I don't think
None.
Italy will be this big. I think Texas is a popular show. Freddie puts on a good show. And I think
Yeah.
getting to like that peak of the summertime, but I think they'll start to get smaller after this.
This is the last. It's the perfect date to get in the last show before the Olympia. Is the first thing.
Big US based show.
Yeah. Second thing is Texas is a big bodybuilding state, and third thing is Freddie puts on a good show.
It's a sick show.
Okay.
This is in the States, correct?
Go ahead, John. What?
This is the last show in the States, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it the last? I think there's one more, but I don't know if it counts.
I just know Italy and France.
Yeah.
And there's
Oh, the one in Cali, I believe. I think it's California.
Yeah, but it's not open bodybuilding, is it?
yeah, it is. Yeah. So there's
Yeah.
I think right for so far, I think it's the opposite Andrew. And then
Lee-
top for second, I think it's gonna be
Wait. Just
Hold
calm down. Taylor, you have to
Hold your horse.
can't take over the podcast. No, I'm just joking. Okay, Taylor, go ahead. Give me your picks.
Andrew.
So far now I still have to look through, but I'm obviously Andrew.
Okay.
Then I think it just depends if Jordan comes in like
Yeah, well,
tired.
that's part of it. I mean, you gotta,
So I'm thinking Jordan.
she's got Jordan in 2 spot. I got Jordan in 2 spot too.
Okay.
Third, I think is that.
Well, hold on. Let
Oh,
everyone
okay.
else go.
Sorry.
Jeez. It's just jumping in there.
I like the excitement.
Yeah.
I am okay. Seth, do you have a 2?
Yeah, I'm going with Jordan.
Ian?
I really hope he nails it.
I'm
I'm going Jordan.
yeah. Fuck.
Come on.
Just to
5.
play safe, I'll go Jordan too. Yeah.
You've already lost 2 anyway. You're not in a streak anymore.
Who were you debating about there, Ian?
Nate Epler.
Yep.
Okay, who's Taylor, who's third?
What do you got there, babe?
I forgot his name. He looks like he just comes in really sharp though. Like I like his conditioning. He just seems like he's a little bit small. What
Epler?
Epler.
Epler?
Is it Nathan?
Yeah.
Epler.
Okay, yeah, I have him for third.
John?
I'm gonna put Lewis in the 3 spot.
Seth? I'm with John on that one.
I know that's where I'm debating. I don't know if he cleans it up.
If he
cleans
gets a little sharper, yeah.
I think that's where I'm at. Like in my head, I'm like, is he going to come in like the pictures we saw last week?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if he comes in like that, then I think that his thickness and overall muscularity will beat out Nate.
Right.
But these are all ifs, ands, and buts, and that's where it's like, because I really like Nate's physique. I like it a lot.
All right. Well, what are you doing, Ian? Seth?
It's
Third.
pretty good news.
Come on. 5, 4, You are Seth. Need a third place.
Oh, I'm gonna go Nate Epler third.
Nate. Okay. Seth?
Yeah,
Come
I'm going.
on. Come on, man.
Oh,
Come on.
fuck you. I'm picking. I'm picking. Picking.
Come on. Spit it out.
Said Nate.
Oh, you said Nate. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
give me shit.
You went with Nate. You went with Nate because of Ian. Okay. I see what's happening here. Taylor, who's number 4?
Ben. 4. Lewis. I got those flip-flop. I'm going Epler in the 4th spot.
Yeah, me too.
I'm putting Lewis in 4th.
Okay. Ian?
Let me see the lineup on that.
I don't know after that though. I still
I'm gonna go Anthony Gel.
That's who I was going. Yeah.
That's my 5th.
And then I'm gonna put Lewis 5th. You can round me out there.
Okay.
What do I see the lineup?
Taylor, who's 5th?
She needs a
I
second.
need a second.
I'm going with Zhao in the 5th spot.
Joe. Me and John have the same picks. We're gonna keep picking.
Who? Who is it?
Anthony Joe.
Zhao.
Where's the?
Wait.
I don't know what he looks like.
Why are you on this? Go on.
Seth?
Hold on. I'm trying to.
I have too much faith in Stefan to not put Gel in that a little higher, you know?
Yeah. Has anybody seen Dorian Haywood lately?
He did.
I saw him he did the Tampa.
Who's
He
this?
did the Tampa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed him.
Well, that should probably tell you something about your picks then.
Yep, I know.
This one. Need a front. Is this something front?
There he is.
Okay. Come on, let's round it out.
Joe.
Gel. Taylor?
Damn.
We're gonna keep picking.
I guess.
Well, you and John have to pick a 6, so pick that in the meantime.
I'm gonna go.
I'm going with that big Nathan, whatever.
Nathan Styles, dude.
Styles, yeah.
Nathan Styles.
Solid choice.
Okay. I'm gonna go with
It's a picture of something.
it.
Honestly, I think Felix Norman's not a bad choice for that too. He just came 7th that last show.
Yeah, that's who I was gonna put next.
Felix Norman. Yeah. I'm probably gonna go with fuck. I don't really know any of the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's between Felix and Nathan Styles.
All right, I'll take the opposite of John just so we can wrap this up.
Yeah.
Okay.
So who's your 5 and 6?
I think that got Nathan over.
Well, who's your 5 spot? You have Lewis, 4 spot.
I know. So I'm gonna do that guy Nathan Styles.
In the 5 spot.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, who was the other one? Who was the other?
Joe.
Hey, John, there's no coaching.
Oh, she just asked who the other ones were.
Oof, I don't know. Oh, actually, no. Okay, fine. I'm gonna do
Felix.
Gel, the Jehl dude,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna do Nathan Styles.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna wait. I'll put a 6. Then I'll put Felix Norman in 6th.
Seth?
Felix as well.
Felix as well. Okay. All right. That's it. Locked in. Moving on.
Yep. Great.
Watch
Okay,
Andrew lose.
Losers got to shave their head, including Taylor.
That's easy. That means nothing for you and John. It means everything for everybody else.
Sucks to you guys. Sucks for you guys to bet with us then.
No, then if you lose, you have to shave your face bald.
If I lose, I'll get if I lose, I'll get SNP.
What's that?
It's the tattooed hair.
Oh, that's something that would look good on you. I want you to shave your face bald.
You should shave a Hitler mustache.
I would shave I would love to.
Hitler stash.
Actually, damn, I hope
Seth, I like that. Okay, losers got to have a Hitler stash for 2 days.
Oh, that's
oh
wrong.
my god, no way.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
rough.
You have to.
I'll do a regular mustache.
No, you have to have a Hitler stash.
No way.
Why?
Because I gotta go out. I gotta go to the gym every
Where do you
day.
gotta go? You gotta go to the gym. So what?
You trained at a private gym, you fuckers. I gotta go to public. You know? I train a goddamn good life, bro. I'll get
I am a blue-haired, blue-eyed, blonde-haired guy with a Hitler stash. But no go.
Does
No
not
go.
Imagine me going into fitness system with a fucking Hitler stash. Oh god.
Guys, I think that's literally the best.
I'll comb my hair down like
you gotta-
tight to the side.
You gotta
too.
gel it down, yeah.
Yeah. And then
All right, let's do some questions before we go. We got it's almost been 2 hours. Holy shit.
We're not having a session. That sucks.
What's that?
The prayer.
Oh, well, Seth does a really good prayer. We're not gonna have Paul.
John do it.
Paul's prayers are interesting, but Seth's are very heartwarming.
Okay.
I need to find something to get Paul here next time. Next time I do one, I need to have something lined up like him.
I'll send you a verse to read.
Yeah, throw him off, throw him far off.
Okay. Okay, let's do some questions. There's 200 here, so I'm gonna run through them. Fuck, marry, kill, women's bodybuilding, bikini, men's physique.
well, if I'm fucking something, it's the bikini, clearly.
You're not gonna fuck the people in the thing. You're just fucking. It's the category.
Well, I'm being literal and metaphorical all at the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I don't want to answer this one. We're gonna offend a whole bunch of people at once.
I'm marrying the bodybuilders, the female bodybuilders.
No, it was women's physique, not women's bodybuilding.
No. It's women's bodybuilding,
Oh, women's bodybuilding.
bikini, and men's physique.
Oh, men's physique has really grown on me. I don't want to answer this. Pick another question.
Yeah, I know what the answer is.
I'm gonna end up killing men's physique, and I don't want to do that. But
Why does Mike not like men's physique? Is it not bodybuilding at all? I'm not going to answer for Mike. I think if I had to guess, I'd say he wants to see you train the whole body.
Yeah.
What Olympic event would you want front row seats for?
100-meter final.
Yeah, kind of.
You say?
Or I'd like to watch like the women's gymnastics final, like individual all around, you know?
Yeah, women's volleyball. That'd be
No.
What?
Yes.
What?
Okay.
How come you're allowed to watch women's gymnastics and I'm not allowed to watch women's?
Because I want to watch it for the skill. You want to watch it because you want to see their fucking tits and ass.
No, that's not true. I think they're fucking very athletic.
Yeah, sure you do.
Have you seen them jump? It's incredible.
Phenomenal. Now you sound like Paul. I just want to jump.
Did any of you guys watch any of the Olympics? You watch the 100-meter final? You see it?
No.
Wild.
It was the closest 100 from first to last was only 0.12 of a second from
What
first.
was the fastest time?
9:79 was Noah Lyles.
But that's not the record, right? What's the record?
9:58.
9:58. Holy shit!
That's Usain Bolt.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's not getting touched.
But second place and first place were both 9:79, and they were went down to the thousandth of a second. It was
so crazy.
Yeah, and then last place was only 9:91. So it's everyone except for one guy was sub 9:9, and from first to last was only 0.12. It was so close. It was literally a line of guys. It was. So,
I think I saw the picture of it. It's one guy just went like this, and he fucking
controversy.
Won.
Yeah.
And everybody all of a sudden is Olympic,
People
especially.
okay, for anyone that's watching this, that's people were getting so mad about this thinking
Please
that,
don't get in. Jesus Christ.
wait, this is just a quick one. For people that were watching it, they were, because like he was saying, it was a big controversy. People saying that Kashane Thompson, the Jamaican that came second, won. Because when they look at the photos and the videos, it does look like he crosses the line first, which he does. But his head or his foot doesn't quantify as winning. It has to be your chest line.
Oh,
So
is that what it is?
That's why when
That's
they
why
do the dip, they dip like this. You're not trying to get your head. If not, everyone would just duck down. Or they would step their foot. You're trying to get, it's only your chest line that matters.
I didn't know that.
Yes, if you look at the line, his foot and his head are actually farther ahead, but then his chest is behind and Noah dipped properly. So it's honestly, it was just like an experience thing of someone that knows how to dip at the line, which is a huge skill to have. Where Kashane Thompson's a little like newish, and his like dip was just not good. Like if he had dipped at the line, he would have won the race 100%, but he didn't dip. Yeah.
Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. I thought you were gonna talk about the boxing thing, and I didn't want to go over it.
Oh no.
No, but actually that's interesting. I didn't even know that. So,
it's your breast, like your chest, any part of your torso that crosses the line first.
What do you hit? Forget it.
Yes, if you have massive tits as a female sprinter, you have an advantage. But you're also going to be slower because you got to carry those down the track.
See how well he knows me, John? Yeah. He just knew. I was thinking tits right away.
Yeah.
I don't think it would outweigh the weight and the bouncing thrown off your,
That's fun.
Who put you through the most brutal workout ever, and what body parts was it? Anyone want to go first?
Johnny Rambod.
I'd say John.
I don't think I've ever been I've never really been put through workouts before.
Well, I'll tell you why I say that. The first time I went to train with John, I sweat like crazy just because I'm a sweaty motherfucker. So the first time I went to train with John, he kind of he didn't take it easy on me. I was sweating a lot, and I think he was pushing me because of how much I was sweating. And when we were done, I was like, that's it? And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, I don't know. Didn't really feel like I thought we could do more. The next time I went back, he fucked me. Like, it was so bad. It was so bad. Everything was like heavy weights with extra reps and extra intensifiers. I'm like, this is fucking. So I think John, I think just knew how to get the most out of you. To like, but if you know what's crazy when they say like, did somebody bury you? I don't think I've ever been buried where I was like, because I don't know if you guys have ever trained with somebody where they tapped out. Like, have you ever trained with anyone where they're like, I can't do anymore?
Yeah.
I've never had that experience.
I won't do it.
That one. No, and I never have.
Not doing it.
That's what I mean. So I don't know what the term burying means. Like, if you talk about a hard workout, it would be John.
Yeah.
Jose Raymond and I had pretty intense leg workouts.
I could see Jose being fucking nuts.
Yes.
Yeah.
We did a set of front squats with, I think it was 315. And then we went right into back squats right after that. Like, it's almost like a superset.
It's totally unnecessary, but fucking why not?
And then, it was, oh my God.
Ian, anybody put you through hell?
The person, well, like, no, like I said, I've only had a very few people like put me through workouts. But like in terms of training partners that like when I trained with that Mark kid, like Mark, he pushed me harder in my training than anyone for sure.
It's
like
funny.
When I would train with him, he would like, I would be failing and he would push me for like fucking 20 more reps somehow. You know what I mean? Like he just would be like, one more. And I would just like keep going forever,
It's like, is it one of two things? Either you're trying to impress somebody or you're trying to live up to somebody's expectation.
It's neither with me and him, honestly. It just was like we had a good groove for training and I pushed him as hard as he pushed me. Like we both each other and it just like worked. I don't know.
But there had to be something that made you want to listen to somebody who's like brand new in bodybuilding.
Yeah, but how it started is because I saw him training on his own at the gym and I saw that he trained like that by himself. So I was like, if this kid can train like this by himself and he's like a nobody bodybuilder, I want to train with this kid,
Right.
So I was like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks out from Tampa Pro 20, which I can't remember what year it was, 2021 or something. And I was like coming into the show and I was just training by myself and I'd seen him at the gym a few times and he fucking like absolutely buried himself like in his workouts.
Yeah.
So then I was like getting close to the show and I was like getting tired, like my workouts, like I could feel like I needed a little extra push. So I just asked him if he would like mind to train with me. I'd never even met the kid really. asked if he wanted to train with me like the last couple of workouts before I left for Tampa. And it was like the best workouts I'd ever had.
Really?
So that was like, when I got back after that, I'm like, yo, like, if you want, I'd love to fucking keep training together. And that was like then the year that, you know, going into 2020 and 2021, when I made like the best progress I ever made was training with Mark.
Right. Seth, did you say yours already? I know John said.
Yeah, it was Hani.
Oh, Hani, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, it was just a hard, high volume, heavy.
Anytime I trained with the dude, it was always a fucking shit show.
Yeah.
He just loved brutalizing me because we had fun. He did this to me when I trained with Chris and him in Florida a couple of weeks ago. It was like, I could tell it was like he was giving it to me so much worse than Chris, you know? Yes.
It's like Chris would be like one assisted rep past failure, like help him a little bit. He would just like absolutely fucking push me as hard as he possibly could, you know?
And
I love the challenge of, obviously. Yeah.
It was always fun training with him because the dude just genuinely loves training. Like he loves training people. And that's like why I really regret never going and training with John Meadows, just because the dude loves lifting weights. And I'm like, you know, whenever now looking back at it all, I'm like, fuck, you know, I wish I would have, but Hani, there's one thing we did. It was a video for MD. I was 3 weeks out from Dallas, my pro debut, and I was fucking ugly. I looked insane. And we filmed this crazy shoulder workout. It was fucking brutal.
Pull it up.
And no, they fucking deleted the video. They taped over it because it was in town for not the North Americans. They were in town for a Pittsburgh show, and it was back then, dude. It was 2010.
Yeah.
So like the guy put the film in there and then recorded over the fucking workout. Bleckman lost his dog shit.
Fucking Bleckman
lost his dog shit. And Hani's like, I just want you to know how upset I am about them losing this right now, because he's like, this was going to be the greatest training video we've ever done. I'm like, fuck. But yeah,
lost forever.
Oh, dude, I'm so pissed because I looked crazy. It was right before, because for that show was the first time I ever took T3, and I had to get the fucking weight off my body because I was like probably 211, 212 at that time, and I need to make 202.
Yeah, that's right.
So
that's right.
Yeah, it was a blast.
What is John? This is specifically for you. It doesn't say John, but I'm directing it to you because you're the nicest. So I'd like you to answer it. What is the gayest exercise?
Hip thrusts.
I was gonna say that. Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I said this.
A guy doing cable glute kickbacks is pretty fucking sus too.
Oh, that is.
Dude, that is
at least with a glute like hip thrust, you could put like fucking 6 plates on that bitch. But like if you're doing like cable glute, like with your leg kicking up behind you,
I agree with you.
But if you're like this, like
so gay.
You're like.
I agree with you, but I've never seen a guy doing that. I have seen guys doing hip thrusts. I actually asked a guy, this young kid, he's like hip thrusting away, right? And I'm like, hey man, it might be easier for you to build your glutes if you just squat, because you'll probably build your legs too. And he's like, my girlfriend likes juicy glutes, and I'm like, you're such a fucking
God
dweeb.
Damn.
It was such a young guy, like, I think I'm cool, kind of, and I'm like, get the fuck. I'm like, I can't. I gotta go open my own gym.
Your friend will respect you a lot more if you do fucking barbell squats. You know.
Yeah.
I would have just respected him a lot more if he would have said to me, I'm doing the hip thrust because it's helping my squat.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Big juicy.
With the rise of threats from fans to athletes and the rise of disrespect from athletes to judges, do you think judges will be in the firing line next? How do we stop negativity in the sport? I don't think judges will be next. Sorry, go ahead, Ian.
No, I agree, and it's like we were just talking about earlier. It's interesting that the athletes are the ones that are in the firing line when people don't agree with the decision. You know, it's like, in what world is the athlete ever responsible for their placing? Like, we all just showed from first to last, we all showed up there just trying to be at our best and win a show because that's what we love to do and it's our job or career, whatever. We just are all doing the same goddamn thing. Where the judges place us is nothing to do with us. You know?
Yeah, but the reason why we're in the firing line is because we're the ones that are accessible. Like, how many judges have
100%. Yeah.
like some of them?
And I have to give it to Tyler because he has made himself more accessible with these videos.
Yeah.
There has been times he's got pushback, and like he'll respond to it, but I think it's better for the judges to give a little more accessibility to their opinions and why they make the decisions, and to explain it to people so they understand. Like we try and do on here when we break down shows. We obviously try and explain why we think that the judges made the decision they do, whether we agree with it or not, so people can kind of understand.
Yeah. I think judges aren't in the fire line because the judges aren't the ones with the fans. I think when you have fans, your fans want to fight the other fans or want to fight the guy that beat their hero, right? So like John has, well, I don't want to use John. Hottie has fans. Derek has fans. Derek beats Hottie. Hottie's fans want to go after Derek now because it's Derek's fault that Hottie lost.
Yeah.
The judges don't have fans. Nobody knows who the fucking judges are, which goes back to your point about being accessible. They don't have fans, so they don't have anybody.
It's weird because in fighting, they never blame the other fighter. They always blame the judges. Like if there's like a boxing match where it's like, they come to a fucking decision and it's a bad call, people will be like, these judges are fucking retarded. Like it's never like this other guy, like he got us, it's
wait a minute.
On the judges.
Wait a minute. That's a good point. Why is that the difference? Is it because you're actually watching a guy fight and you're like, it's not his fault. He was fighting.
No, I mean, he was on stage just posing. What's it his fault? It's the same thing. I don't know what's different, but it is for sure because
I think a lot of it. I think
in boxing they always blame the judge. Yeah.
Well, maybe a lot of it is just remnants from like all these myths or things behind the scenes. Like politics has been like a thing that people say for so many fucking decades. Yeah. Maybe it's just like this is the easiest. It's the lowest hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Why did my guy lose? Politics.
Yeah.
They can't explain it. They can't look at John's physique or Mo's physique and actually parse them out, even though we do. They might not have the knowledge to do it. So they're like, I think my guy looks better, so it must be cheating.
Yeah.
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 Sure.
I don't know.
I also find too, an odd thing I find bodybuilding fans do too is sometimes they judge an entire show somehow off one pose. And I think it's such a commonality. They'll see one pose that someone's like really good at, and they'll be like, he should have beat him. It's like, but what about every single other pose? It's like, people think this or me. It's like, look, my front double was my worst pose my entire career for sure. But I had a lot of really fucking awesome poses. So people put up like a picture of me doing a front double next to someone who clearly demolishes me in the front double and be like, this is ridiculous. It's like, yeah, but I smoked them in the side chest, the side try, the front lat, the back double, the most muscular, like. And
you know where I saw that the most? I would see Max Charles do a show.
Yeah.
Max would have these fucking inside out armor plated fucking abs and chest.
This was New York Pro with me why this happened.
But it happened numerous times because Max always had that really crazy, like everybody wants.
And chest striation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody wants that chest and abs.
Yeah.
So if you're not
if you're a Olympian fan,
if you're like a kind of a bodybuilding fan, but maybe not hardcore, not in the know to each body part, like then you look at it, you're like, well, that guy's got the most beautiful physique, because you don't really.
But do you think this all is a bad thing? Like, do you think like that the sport is continuing to grow, and as long as people don't do the weird death threats and all the fucked up shit?
Oh yeah, I don't think it matters.
Let's exclude that. But do you think that this is not a bad thing because it's drawing more people and more eyes and more everything?
I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think that's what our podcast is about.
Yeah, no, I don't think.
I think when we're sitting here for 2 hours yapping and we're laughing and whatever, there's also like nuggets of like, trying to slide some information in.
I also think it's good to have an opinion in bodybuilding, but I think you need to be respectful with your opinions. I think one of the beautiful things about bodybuilding is that there is a fair amount of subjectivity to it. And that's why you have 5 judges on the panel. If it was just like, everybody agrees, we'll put one judge. This is one guy can make the call, or 2 judges.
But you know why it's different?
Because there's a vastness and variance of opinions,
You know why bodybuilding is a little different though? I think if you look at like other professional sports like basketball, football, whatever, maybe it's a little more complex, whereas with bodybuilding, they're just people like, well, I like that physique better, so I'm right.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like it's so
Well,
subjective.
Which is like,
It's
is so
subjective.
awesome, but so awful all at the same time,
Yeah,
you know?
I think an easy way for all of that to be, and I mean, I don't know if this is ever going to come to fruition or something that they're even thinking about, but I think an easy way to kind of remedy that would be to like have live scoring. They did that once, right? So like, but also make it so that way it's a very easy thing to follow. Like, you know, we're supposed to be judged on muscularity and conditioning and symmetry and proportion, you know, so we have rounds for that, right? And maybe what you do is for each round have this live scoring thing where, okay, this is the symmetry round. And then you see, okay, number 260.
But I think, John, you still run into the same problem because let's say you have a big screen and it says John, Mo, Jordan Hutchison, whatever. And it goes, John scores a 1 in the fucking symmetry round, right? Being the best.
Yeah.
It's still going to get the same subjective debate. The guy sitting in the audience is going to be like, well, fuck, no, he doesn't. Mo gets number 1, John gets 2.
Yeah.
So it's like, it makes sense because you're like, let's explain to people, but I don't think that's as good as almost what Tyler's doing, which is actually like trying to teach.
Yeah.
Like these body parts stand out, these body parts don't, this poses because this and that.
I agree.
I think that's...
And he goes pose by pose, like 4 poses to 3 poses to 5, you know, like...
Because go ahead, Seth, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, even talking about Tyler, and then because that video gets out, but it doesn't get these crazy high views because it's not controversial. This is what the fuck happened.
Right.
How the fuck it goes. This, and that's what's like, it's trying to be done, and we're having much more success with it because I think it's awesome what he's doing. But then it's like, man, if we put up a video of something, if I put out a video tomorrow saying something ridiculous, it's going to get way more views than that. I'm like, man, it's just crazy how this works. It just shows that does it really matter? Or should we just keep?
But I think that's bodybuilding in general. You know, I was talking to one of my employees today about this, and he said, yeah, I don't know. He asked me something about how I feel about influencers or whatever, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't really care. It's not really my lane. And he goes, what do you mean? And I said, well, in my world, there's like 2 worlds. There's like this side over here that's like, you know, Larry Wheels, Bradley Martin, like the Trend Twins, like all these like people that are still bodybuilders, but they're more influencers.
Yeah.
And on this side, you have like competitive bodybuilders that are like, you know, Jordan Hutchison, these new guys coming up, Nate Epler, the older guys like Derek, Nick Sampson. Like, to me, they're 2 totally different fucking worlds. Like they're not, but I think what I'm trying to do with the podcast, or what we are doing weekly, is trying to bridge these 2 people. Yeah. So all these fair weather fans that are mostly fans of influencers because it's more interesting, like you say, Seth, will come over and be like, oh, I find this bodybuilding stuff kind of interesting too. Because that's why people aren't watching the Tyler video, because they're like, this is way too in-depth and it's not as interesting as watching Eddie Hall drive around a tank.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, I I think we have to find a way to bridge like, that's kind of what we do. What are you laughing at?
Eddie Hall drive around a tank. I'm like, that's probably pretty cool.
It is pretty awesome. If you say it. Okay, let's move on. How to prevent balls from getting smashed while using the lying ham curl. My balls don't get smashed when I do it. Your balls get smashed?
No. I wear special shorts because I have big balls.
Well, now I have to after my balls came back a bit.
Like 2-inch drop here.
Do y'all really think Jay was drinking 3 gallons of sugar-free Tang a day?
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. But because people think Jay's not fucking crazy. They think Jay's like this wholesome all-American white guy that never did anything wrong. Jay was fucking batshit nuts.
Yeah, but wait a minute. I don't think 3 gallons of water is crazy. Like, I drank 3 gallons of water. Yeah, but I used to
No, that's like 11 liters, man. That's a lot.
Dude, I'm not saying it's not a lot, but there was a lot of periods in my career where I drank 2 to 3 gallons a day.
Yeah,
but all of it was with sugar-free Kool-Aid. So what's the difference between using Tang?
No, and I mean, I also think too, like, when you're a guy that's that big and you're eating a lot of food to like get the food down, like, you know, I mean, I've had days for sure where I'm drinking a liter a meal, like no problem.
Right.
Just fucking get the food down, you know?
So I don't think it's far-fetched at all to think he drank 3 gallons of sugar-free Tang, because it's just flavored water. Like, that's what I did. And I don't know, at least 2 gallons.
Like
at least
1 packet of Crystal A.
What, you would use 1 packet?
Yeah, Tay doesn't like it when I even have one packet of Crystal Light.
I would use one packet in every liter.
Yeah.
I know.
No, I'm joking.
I never took anything like that stuff there before.
I used to go hard with the Mio and stuff like that for sure.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. We did that. Okay, we'll do a couple more, then we'll go. Why does my Instagram do this? It just goes around in a circle for like 10 questions, even though
that sometimes. Refresh.
Yeah, maybe that's okay. Refresh. Newest first. Let's see what comes up. Are blue balls a real thing or is it fake? It's a guy asking that. You never had blue balls before?
What? It's a guy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's like a titty feeling like a bag of sand.
What? What's that? Say that again.
From 40-Year-Old Virgin. He's like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Great. Yeah.
I love those movies. Why do pro bodybuilders usually have a male masseuse, and what percentage of gay is that? I've had male and female, and mostly my best masseuse was male. He was actually an osteopath, but it's just because of the fucking strength of their hands and shit.
Yeah. I mean, I've had great female masseuses too, but generally just like the strength you're getting out of most of the men ones, especially when you have as much muscle as a pro bodybuilder does, it's a lot to work through.
Yeah.
But no, I've had a few female ones that were still great, but my best ones were two males. Yeah.
I've had great female masseuses, but they had to use their elbows. They couldn't, like their hands wouldn't.
Yeah. I don't care what you use, just fucking make it work, you know?
That doesn't sound great, but okay.
Yeah. Statement stands.
What would Jerry's body count be on Seinfeld? That's a pretty good question. Are you guys Seinfeld fans? Anybody?
Yeah. What was the question?
What would Jerry's body count be on Seinfeld?
His body count.
I'm saying he's in the 50 to 100 range somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's probably in that 50 plus. Yeah.
This is when I was just looking it up. It said the lamest cartoon characters. The lamest or the greatest cartoon characters.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
Greatest cartoon character ever is He-Man.
Oh, look at you.
I just went and watched the Netflix ones of it.
Did you?
I don't know anything about that. Is it old school or what are those ones?
Oh, it's a new one.
Really?
It's got to be He-Man, G.I. Joe.
Which one's He-Man?
He-Man's the blonde dude. He looks like Brad Pitt, but jacked.
Yeah, Masters of the Universe. Yeah, there's a new one.
Masters of the Universe. Yeah, with Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, you should go watch it, Seth. It's on Netflix. It's like a new series. There's 2 seasons. It's good.
I did not know that.
This guy, I don't know anybody who watches more TV than he is.
I've seen literally everything that.
By the way, House of the Dragon series finale fucking sucked a bag of dicks.
Oh no, I didn't watch
I could not get into it.
When it finished, I had to Google. I'm like, there's no way that was a season finale.
No.
I'm like, there's absolutely no way that ended a season. That was literally nothing happened. Like, how did they do it like that?
When I Googled it, every reaction was the same as mine. People were like, what the fuck is this dog shit?
It's like you need at least one more episode in that season to at least get things like a little more hyped up here, you know?
Have you guys, Seth, have you started watching Presumed Innocent yet?
Yeah, I'm 4 episodes in, and Bob, I started watching it when I was traveling, then we got busy, but Bob is like, dude, you gotta watch it.
Yeah, you have to.
He said the last episode will, because I'm behind on it, and I'm still feel like I'm right on edge with it. And Bob's like, dude, you're gonna lose it at the end.
Yeah.
How many episodes in does it start getting good? Because I started watching and I was like, this is fucking.
Oh, come on,
Let
John.
it go.
Wait a minute, John. Were you watching it? Were you watching it while prepping?
Yes.
Yeah, he falls asleep.
That's a problem. I can never.
Attention spans too low.
Whenever I prep for a show, especially the last 3 or 4 weeks, I'm like watching the news because it's 5 minutes. I can eat my meal, watch, and then I'm like,
I play like little fucking fidgety video games on my phone. You know?
Yeah.
I can't take anything seriously that I got to sit through for an hour because I lose interest after like 15 minutes.
No, it's a great show.
It was like passing out in 5 minutes. It was fucking boring.
No, give it a chance. It's worth watching for sure. It's probably one of the better shows I've watched this year.
Phenomenal.
Okay, watch it.
Plus, do you like Jake Gyllenhaal or no?
Yeah, I think he's a great actor, but
He's
that's
like
part of the
he's
problem.
up there. He's up there in my like best looking actors.
He's dreamy. He's
Like,
dreamy.
He's dreamy. Like
Yeah,
he's got like
Great hair.
that. He's got like that little bit of like a roughneck kind of good looks to him. He's not like
in that,
Go ahead.
in that fight movie that he did.
Yeah. With Connor.
oh that was no not with Connor, the one before
that
that.
was-
Southpaw.
the one that he. his
Oh
wife-
yeah, no, the good one where he's the boxer.
Yes.
Southpaw. Yeah,
fucking crushed that movie.
Southpaw. Yeah,
Southpaw.
yeah, yeah.
That's a
Southpaw,
fucking amazing.
yes.
Did any of
Okay.
you guys see the new Deadpool yet?
No, I haven't.
I want to watch it.
Is it good or shit?
The storyline is like absolute trash. Like the story is confusing and complicated and convoluted, and they really didn't have a story. They just fucking made up bullshit so they could make the movie. The fight scenes are good and fucking funny. There's a lot of hilarious cameos. Like there's fucking like Wesley Snipes as Blade is in it, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there's some fucking hilarious cameos for sure. The music, the soundtrack is fucking sick. And it's funny. So like it's worth seeing, but like really just don't even pay attention to the storyline or your brain will be like, what the fuck is going on with this nonsense, you know?
Can I ask you if you like Ryan Reynolds?
His humor, I find like a little repetitive and redundant. Like it's the same every time.
It's obnoxious.
It's a little obnoxious, but in Deadpool, they did a good job with it. Like it's good. Yeah.
The crazy thing is, I used to think Ryan Reynolds was awesome, and then somewhere along the way, like
the same, and
yeah, it was somewhere along the way, like 3 or 4 movies ago. I was like, this is getting like.
No, the humor in this one was pretty decent. I mean, they had some funny jokes and like funny little fucking quips and stuff, but no, it's worth seeing for sure. But like, don't go into it expecting to like have a good storyline by any means.
I think a lot of the people that I saw reviews post, they were like, the storyline was very important to them, and it like just broke their review. The reviews were like, this is a fucking 4.5.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
If you're like a real Marvel fan and you're gonna go by like, the thing is with the Marvel world, they like opened up like the multiverse thing. So now basically anything and everything you want to make possible can be made possible because there's unlimited universes. If you kill a character, well, he's still alive in another universe. If something bad happens, well, you can fix it in another universe.
Stupid.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, even with the Wolverine being in it and shit, it's like he's fucking dead. You know what I mean? Like, so they're just pouring into the multiverse shit, which makes it a little retarded. But no, it's worth watching. The fight scenes are fucking sick for sure. Yeah,
that's what the one guy that works for us, he said. He's like I loved it. He's like I went in there expecting it to be a Deadpool movie. It was.
Yeah, I tried to pay attention to the storyline at first and being like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, where are they going with this? And after a while, I'm like, just don't even think about it and just enjoy the fucking movie. You know what I mean?
You're a big movie buff, huh?
I watch a lot. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm like a movie snob or a movie buff.
I'd be Ian in movie trivia.
No, you didn't.
I did.
I find that hard to believe.
I totally did.
Yeah, well, I killed you in dinosaur trivia, so fuck
dinosaur trivia sucks for gay people.
Yeah, but I was like fucking so on the ball with my dinosaurs.
Okay, last question.
Dinosaurs.
Dude, you should have seen him.
Great job,
John. You should have fucking seen him, dude.
Fucking killed him.
We have this trivia game we play. We go, okay, let's pick dinosaurs. This motherfucker answers every question right.
Boom. Yeah,
like totally obscure dinosaurs that you never even seen before. He's like, I know this one. I'm like, what the fuck?
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
I think Ian's a little autistic. I'm not sure.
It's just in all those hours of TV watching, a little bit has just been dinosaurs.
Steeped in it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. Would you rather? This is actually kind of interesting. I'm curious what you guys think. Would you rather have your prime physique and be the best fighter, or have your worst physique pre-bodybuilding and be the smartest person in the world?
Best physique and best fighter, worst physique, smartest in the world.
I'll
take it. Best physique, best fighter all day.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's going to beat the shit out of people all day long.
Well, I can make it if I have my best physique of all time.
Yeah,
then I'm one of the best bodybuilders in the world. And I'm also a good fighter, so I can make careers in both, and it would be awesome.
If I had my best physique of all time, I would be 15th in the world, but anybody from 14 up, if said anything to me, I'd beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, and you could get some fucking, like, you could go do sick fucking show, like TV shows and shit, like, all sorts of cool shit.
Yeah, what are you going to do with being
the smartest person in the world? You can make a shit ton of money.
Yeah, but I could make a shit ton of money beating the shit out of people.
Yeah.
I just go to the UFC, I'd beat the shit out of John Jones, I'd be rich.
Yeah.
And
look what they're doing.
I'd be the most jacked guy ever in the UFC.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah, but they didn't say you're the best fighter in the world.
That's what it says.
The best of both worlds, but you're a complete.
Think about it, John. You could have those arms and choke the fuck people out for fun.
Yeah, that would be pretty. It would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd be hilarious. Yeah.
I mean, it's a total.
People be like, bodybuilders can't fight. You'd be like, oh yeah, motherfucker.
Let's find out.
I'm literally the best fighter in the world.
I'm like, I'll bet you your house.
No reason.
Okay, John. See, John's so nice. He's like, I don't know. I don't want to fight people. It's not.
I would just rather make a shit ton of money.
But John, think about it. It's like
make you just as much money. Yeah.
But think about it. It's like if you were the best fighter in the world, you'd only have to prove it a few times, and then you'd never have to fight again.
That's true.
Boxing money is pretty crazy. And if you looked like a pro bodybuilder and somehow tested positive, let's say, and you could get into professional boxing with that kind of physique, you'd be a fucking superstar.
Can you imagine? Can you just for a second? So people think like, it's funny, when you watch UFC, you see like the 155 pounders come on, and you think they're muscular.
Yeah.
In real life, we laugh at 155 pounders. Not that we would beat them up, but like size wise, they're not muscular, right? They're small guys.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what a 250 like Jay Cutler would look like in the UFC?
Healed on stage. Yeah.
Didn't that guy Robert Bernanke? You remember him?
Yeah. He did.
He got into UFC.
Fighting. Did he do UFC or just cage fighting? Was it UFC?
I don't know.
No, there was guys like Maurice Pujanowski, who was like world's strongest man, who was
yes.
He did some MMA and stuff. Yeah, so there's some guys, but it's not the same. No.
Yeah, but they're like subpar fighters. It's not like Marius. If Marius beat up John Jones, then it'd be like, holy fuck.
Yeah. There's the one. Have you seen that really jacked? Like, I don't know what ethnicity is, like Thai or something. I don't know if he's Thai, but he's like a Muay Thai kickboxer. Dude is massive, and he kicks the fuck out of the bag.
I mean, think of one of the coolest,
are you talking about the parts? The black. He's a black guy.
I don't know. Maybe he's like a light-skinned, caramel-colored black guy.
You're not being racist by saying he's a black guy.
No.
Like you ever think of what
he is? I don't know if he's a different ethnicity.
One of the coolest parts of like Brock Lesnar was that he was fucking jacked out of his mind and he was good,
Yeah.
So it's like that's what made the appeal. He was like so big and like muscular and fucking,
I thought I would be able to. I thought I would be able to find this like really easily, and I can't. But it's probably because what I'm searching.
I remember seeing a clip of Robert Bernanke like just running around a ring, just getting hammered, bro. It's fucked up. I was like, Jesus Christ, bodybuilders should not fight at all.
No, bodybuilder. The only thing. Yeah, I think I did a long time ago. The only thing bodybuilders should do in fighting is jujitsu. I would give it to them because they have some of the strength. If they could just build the endurance, they'd actually be really good at it. But then again, maybe not because they have fucking zero flexibility depending on how big they are. So I don't know. Okay, Seth, we've been on for a while. I got to pee. John's got to eat. You want to say a couple prayers or say a nice prayer for us?
Sure, let's bow our heads, gentlemen.
All right.
Everyone, we thank you for this beautiful evening together. It is great to have Jon on the podcast with us. We thank you for the opportunity that we have every single week to entertain the masses of our wonderful industry. Please continue to give us the strength within our daily lives to enjoy and work hard. And please make sure that you watch over all of our fans and do the same for them. Grant them strength, prosperity, excitement, and the joy of life. And as Jon embarks on his 6th Olympia, please watch over him and give him the strength to continue on and give him one of the best placings that he could work for. In your name, amen.
Amen.
Not Jon.
Thank you.
Seth, you are...
Knocks down the point every time.
This is for sure my favorite part of the podcast, right? You know what? Paul is no longer allowed to say prayers. It's just Seth only.
Yeah.
No.
Even if Seth's not on that day, we'll phone him in to do the prayer and then get off,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right, boys. Jon, good catching up. Guys, I'll see you next week.
It's great to see you guys.
Night, guys.